Hi, hello. Welcome to Friends and Fireballs. We are a Dungeons & Dragons show where a bunch of us friends get together and play Dungeons & Dragons. Very self-explanatory. But before we get into today's exciting game, we will be going over a few quick announcements, starting with you, Mason.
Starting with me. Well, the last time we played, we had a little giveaway on this book here, Descent into Avernus. And we have our winner, Jason Klotz?
Yep.
Jason Klotz, you are the winner of this fantastic book. Please keep an eye out on your messages. We'll be in contact with you so we can get this fantastic book to you, my friend.
Congrats again, man. And then next up is you, Dusty Buns.
Dusty Buns is here to announce that on Wednesday, October 30th, we will be streaming live officially for the first time on Twitch. So if you're not a subscriber to that, jump on it and come watch us.
6 p.m.
Yep.
6 p.m.
We will
Central
Time.
6 p.m. Central. Thank you, Dusty.
There's a cold going around.
Yeah, something.
All right, definitely. And then Tamara.
And then you can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube.
So go check
and
us.
Instagram.
We're on all of it, and if we're not, tell us and we'll look into it.
What about MySpace, Ty?
No.
Look, you're excluding, and we're trying to be inclusive.
Oh, you're right.
What about Zanga? Are we on Zanga?
I know somebody's going to say
Man, you're
it.
dating us.
Somebody's going to say it.
Okay.
I want to make our Plenty of Fish profile tonight.
Oh!
You mess with other D&D campaigns. We're going to do a battle royale.
When we say we're a DM, they're not sure if it's Dungeons & Dragons or BDSM.
This is now an adult show.
Oh. Sorry.
You tuned into the late show.
But nonetheless, I think it's time we go ahead and jump into our game if nobody has any disagreements.
No disagreements here.
Okay. Well, last time we left the group of Intertwined Souls, they seem to have had a bit of an interesting day. They'd made it back from Equinix's dream and found themselves with a lavish apartment which they shared. The next day, there was definitely some conversations that provided a bit of drama to the narrative, to say the least. The party decided to split ways, and we'll see if they ever get back together again. But
A single woman don't need no man.
let's see. We left off with Beatrix, Gentiana, and Babel in the tavern, and Zarand and Kai out in District 2, the industrial side of the city, where Kai had ran into his shipwreck, met a little goblin that was foraging and scavenging for parts on what seemed to be a piling heap of his ship. Kai.
I'm sorry, is it District 2 or District 3 that I'm in?
District 3, you were right.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you
I'm trying
were.
to be a dick. I'm
No,
just trying to...
that is the least dick thing you've ever done to me.
Thank you.
Oh,
I'm
Dusty
a
Buns.
continuity whore, so what can I
Yeah,
say?
for sure, because I said District 2 was the place that's kind of like very natural. District 3 is the exact opposite.
That's the
it's
industrial. Yeah. Okay, cool. Please proceed, sir.
Commerce, industry, everything is booming there. Energy and electricity sparks from building to building as experiments or craftsmanship is being taken place in the area. Now, Zarin,
Yes?
you were standing watch.
Was I?
Or
I was asleep.
you were standing watching out for Kai as he jumped into what seemed to be maybe what remains of his busted up captain's quarters, and he tumbled end over end, ka-clunking all the way down until he hit bottom. Kai, as the dust settles around you and you kind of pull pieces of scrap metal that have just been busted to pieces around you off of you and climb to your feet and put your arms to the side. What's left of what you think might be your captain's quarters, you take a look around and it's upside down. What does your captain's quarters look like?
Shifting through the rummage, Kai is just going to kind of have a bittersweet moment because, in a sense, he's surrounded by a lot of what used to be. what he his previous achievements, things like that. Like there's with everything being upside down, I'm sure a lot of stuff is crumpled and on the ceiling now, which is the floor.
Resembles your hotel room.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm right at home. No, but there's like a Kraken skull that is crumpled from a previous excursion, a successful one. And Kai just thinks about those memories and his crew and all that. I see a design of what was my original flag, which was basically like a trident with waves kind of entangled with it. That was my first ship's flag, so it's something I've always carried around with me. But yeah, I ran a skeleton crew of just my trusted guys and a few warforged that I had created. So I do see that one of the cannons has actually come in through one of the walls and has crushed one. Which I can tell he was Felix, which he was kind of like my helper around the ship kind of guy. But I can see there's hardly anything left. There's nothing worth repairing. But I just Kai takes a moment. But I am gonna look to see what I'm here for. I need to find my black box and then see if I can just find anything else that might be of value or something that survived the crash.
So normally you wouldn't have to make a check. It's your captain's quarters.
Right.
What do you want to look for first?
I had a bug out bag tucked away.
Okay.
So I'll start with that.
All right. Make a investigation check.
All right. Just realized that I don't have my sheets. Stand by, please.
No worries.
Meanwhile,
We're totally prepared.
I see that he's inside.
Yes.
There you go.
I wander off
Okay.
because I'm like, oh, what is all of this?
So you're looking at wandering off, looking through scrap, his heap of the ship. Nope.
No, just
Into the city.
any buildings around, businesses. I'm watching because you said this is like the industry area, right? Like where would that be?
Okay.
But
So
you said I tried writing them, but black pen on a dark background sort of works.
yeah.
So
Now, if I'm not mistaken, last week I said that y'all were near Samenside, or maybe it was the docks. It was Samenside. Yeah.
So like if you said it's an industrial area, so like watching all the people working, I'm sure I'm getting told to get out of the way a lot,
So,
and I'm just wandering around.
okay.
Like not crazy far, but I'm definitely not where he last saw me.
All right. That's
I'm just like, oh, what's
So you
this
find your
Smartie?
sheet?
Nope, just realized I don't have them.
Okay, cool.
But I do remember my numbers, majority of them, and it would be a 13 with what I rolled.
Okay. You do find your bug out bag, and it includes materials, components that you know you would need for an adventure, on top of some of the spell components that you're required for your 3rd level spells right now.
Cool. Can I also check to see if I can find my hat?
Make an investigation check.
10.
You're looking for about 10 minutes, and you know it was supposed to be, you had a special place that you kept it up on the wall. It's not where that wall used to be. Where that wall used to be now, there's like barrels and stuff that are just protruding and like just destroyed, and it's a heap, and you're like digging through all the way to the bottom. You just keep finding scrap after scrap. That's about it.
Which I'm pocketing as much of that as I can. Very nice.
Okay.
Yeah, scrap. Literal scrap.
Literal scrap. Literal scrap.
So, 10 minutes went by. You pocketed how many pieces of scrap right there?
4.
Yeah. What else would you like to do?
Like I said, I ran a skeleton crew, so while I'm here, I just want to do one more check to see if I can find any trace of survivors, which I only had 4 people with me, like living people that weren't Warforged.
Make an investigation check.
It's slowly getting worse, guys. There's just so much salvage to go through.
There definitely is.
It'd be an 8.
No. Even the piece of Felix that you find isn't much. It's literally just like a torso, but like half of the head is it's like it's been bifurcated.
Mm-hmm.
So
is the eye intact?
yeah.
Okay.
Can I pull that out?
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and use my tinker tools for that.
Okay. Doesn't take you long.
Okay.
You pull it out.
Purely for analysis.
Okay. Now you mentioned that you wanted to find your black box.
Yes, that's my main reason I'm here.
Okay. Would you have kept that in the captain quarters, or what part of the ship do you think that would have been?
Technically, that would have been more of in the bowels of the ship, but I did have because of how important it is to me, I had access to it. So technically, there would be a hatch above me, what is the floor, now my ceiling.
It's actually like in the center part of your chamber there. It does seem like as you've been shuffling through, you've been managing to not throw things right on top of the hatch that is above, would have been above, but now is below.
Okay.
You proceed to open the hatch and you climb through, holding, it's kind of a tight spot to get in there. And you're maneuvering around for about 5 minutes before you get to the end, to where you get to...
While I'm doing this, once I'm up in there, I'm going to pull out one of my little orbs and just click it for light. It gives me bright light in a 5-foot radius, so I'm just going to use that to kind of help me.
Light starts to fill this dark crawl space that you're in, as it turns into and levels out, and it's no longer you pressing against it to kind of climb through. And now you're on your hands and knees, and you make it to an opening to another chamber that's...
I'll snuff out the light and go with my dark vision from here.
Okay. You see in the center of this room is this large cylinder that goes from floor to ceiling, that is just metal bits, that these pistons and connections, purlins and beams that connect to it, holding it in place. Most of them are not intact. But however, in the central piece of this, you do see that the door that you would use to open up and grab the black box and inspect it normally is still there and it's intact.
I just give it a little nudge. Is it secured? Does it give way? Is it sealed shut because of the damage?
It's sealed shut because of the lock.
Okay. Okay, the lock. Kai almost forgot about this. And I reach into the very back of my mouth and I pull off a tooth that is attached to this very, very thin wire, and pull out this little thing.
That's how magicians do it.
Just got like this little wrap thing, and there's the key.
Okay. You slide the key in.
Put tooth back.
Should we tell him about pockets?
No, I want to see where he's going with this.
You turn the key, you open the hatch, and it seems like the little shelf that would have normally springs and levers would have allowed it to slide open freely, and it kind of gets stuck halfway where it's supposed to present out and fold out to you. It's kind of like this metallic skeleton hand that goes to fold out, and it gets about halfway and it doesn't open up.
I carefully pry the fingers open.
It's like an enclosed looking compass that just this faint dark blue essences. Now you can see a crack going across the glass of it, but it's still glowing faintly.
I carefully pick it up and I just lightly tap it to see if there's any...
Your eyes roll back in your head and you have this vision.
Oh shit. Here we go.
Kai, you're screaming out. there's no words, but you know that what you're ordering are things to your friends, the people who are on this ship, your crew. You're telling them all, do this, do that. And you're looking around, and it's not 4. It's like a dozen ship members who are running around. There seems to be a battle going on. Stars whiz past as you are floating through the night sky. You can see a rival ship across from you. You can't remember who he is, but you see he has your hat.
Bastard.
Fucking prick.
And you see that your ship is on fire. You can tell that whatever is happening here is dire straits, and y'all are in a disadvantage. So you look down and you see an instrument of your ship, a lever, one that you know you've never pulled before, and you just had hoped you would never have to.
Yeah.
You look at
My Hail Mary.
You look at your crew. You pull it. Slowly, one at a time, your crew disappears from the ship, and it's just you, and you're staring up at a shadowed figure. All you can see is he's wearing your hat, and he's got this very large 3-foot grin across his face. These teeth that stick out, very pointy, razor sharp, with scars that go over his dark and blue skin. And that's the last thing that you see as the vision fades from your mind, and you look, and Stevie, the black box in your hand, starts to fade. The light goes even fainter, and you're back in the room.
Okay. I use that same wire and quickly hook to make a little neck. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to take. I'm going to take my panel off my leg, detach it, move some shit around, and then I'm going to take Stevie and put her in a very small compartment. Put that back up, and then I'm going to make my way out of the ship.
Okay. It takes you about 15 minutes to climb back out of the ship, and as you open the hatch,
Processing everything that just happened.
Zarin, are you still standing there?
No, I want it all.
You finally climb your way out, and you're sweating, and it's hot in there, and you finally tumble out of the hatch back, and you see that that it's still that sunset, that constant sunset outside. And as you do, you tumble out, and what was that? Are you over there?
It's the little goblin guy, isn't it?
It's the little goblin guy from last time.
Okay. Alright, be me. And the bag of, my bug out bag, I'm acting like it's heavier than it really is. Just loading up some scrap for you. And I start, trying to make my way away from him.
He's I'm still stuck! I've been stuck for 30 minutes calling for you! And you see that this large beam fell on top of him on the other side of his pile.
Keep the bag with me, but I'll walk back over and set it next to my leg and try to lift him up.
Make an athletics check.
It'll be 11. Holy shit, tonight.
Come on, put your back into it. And he's pushing up on it too, and he starts to climb out from underneath it, and you drop it. It was a heavy beam that was somehow fell down on him. Okay, great. And he goes to grab the satchel.
No. I'll take this one. I did find out something for you, though. And I reach into my bag, and I pull out, or my little pouch, and I pull out 2 of the platinum pieces that we got from the previous adventure.
And he real quickly...
Yeah, I give them to him.
Yeah, disappears from your hand, and he pockets it. You don't even see where he puts it.
Yeah, found those on the ceiling, or the floor, or whatever.
Oh, good work. Good.
They're yours. I'm going to head off now and start making my way.
Okay, what was your name?
And as I'm walking away with my bag to him, Randall. Randall! And I keep walking.
Okay, Randall.
Off of the distance of Randall says, yes. You called?
The mustache and everything.
That's an oddly.
Yeah.
That's weird. I was asked questions about a blue-skinned man.
Not turning around.
You stop, though?
Yeah.
Well, if you found 2 in there, maybe you find 2 more, and they never find out about you.
Oh, you fucked up.
Where are you going?
I want to make a perception check real quick.
Okay.
That would be 21.
Um,
Is anyone around authority-wise? Is anyone paying attention to us right now in any way, shape, or form? Like, I'm talking directly just focused on us right now. Or are we kind of just...
So with a 21, the group of people that you see out on the street, there's some people moving carts around. There's beasts of burden that are like heavily just very meaty and moving like very large loads of lumber and metal and different commodities. But you don't see anybody specifically looking at the scene.
Okay. I turn back to him. Certainly. And I grab the back of him, and I'm like, come with me, I'll show you where I found him. And so I'm going to walk him to the hatch to the actual inside.
Make a deception check.
Shit.
Because, right? That's what we're doing here?
Yeah, that's what we're doing. I know this is a -2 because of my charisma, or lack of thereof. It'd be a 9.
Whoa! What are you trying to pull a fast one on me?
I pull one more out. I'm like, there's more in there. I just took a handful for myself, but I was feeling, change of heart.
He takes it out of your hand real quick.
I let it go.
We'll be seeing you around, Randall.
How far away are we from the hatch?
I mean, you just kind of turned him around and pointed him in that direction, but you're still like maybe 20 feet away.
Okay. So, yeah.
He's gonna start backing up away.
As he starts backing up, I immediately grab him
Yeah.
like that
Okay.
and pick him up.
Make a strength check.
Come on, don't fail me now.
No, sorry.
That died. Whatever it was, it's
Hope I
dead.
didn't just ruin your shit.
It's in a case.
Okay.
Is that a 7?
What'd you get?
Is it a,
What'd you
is
get?
that another stick that resembles a 1?
What'd you get? What'd you get?
I got a 1.
He got a 10. He just shoves your arm off and climbs up to the top of the pile, and he starts throwing pieces of scrap at you. Get out of here! What
As
are you
soon
doing?
as he does that, I'm going to lean back like this, and still having one of my infusions intact, I'm going to initiate my ballistic knife and click it right at him. Right at his throat.
All right.
Luckily, I'm
Make
not there.
an attack.
Okay.
Let me kill a little goblin.
Oh, I'm gonna kill the rest of
So
his
this is a spell
family.
attack, right? Is that what the infusion does?
Basically, it just makes it a returning weapon with a +1 to attack and damage rolls.
Okay, cool.
So basically, I'm just with magnetic strips. I have my concealed blade. It's now a ballistic blade.
Okay.
All right. So, and we're level 3 now, so I can use my intelligence modifier. So it'd be 3 + 2. Okay. That's 13 to hit. Good God.
So you see as your ballistic comes out of your out from underneath you, or beneath your
Gauntlet.
sleeve,
Yeah.
in your gauntlet. It shoots and it just cuts a piece of his like leather apron, and he kind of like
Shit. This did not go according to plan.
and he's gonna throw he's gonna grab a hunk of metal and throw it at you.
Okay.
What's your armor class?
My armor class is 14.
Okay, so as he throws it at you, you jump out of the way and back up, and he throws another one.
As a bonus action, can I pull out one of my magic stone pebbles?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna bonus action chunk that bitch at him. It's one. If it hits, it's 1d6 + 3 force damage, I believe.
Okay. Make an attack.
So
we
who's
just
got
got a scene of each other just throwing rocks.
Who's got another D20 I can use tonight? Just want to see what happens. What is that? 6 or 9?
If it's the blood.
This is an 11. Or is it that?
That's a 9.
It's 9. Has the
So,
legs.
what was I rolling for? I'm sorry.
To hit.
So yeah, that would be. It'd be an 11 to hit.
Misses. So yeah, he
tried.
like as you throw the magic stone, he kind of like
Blood
ducks
face.
down and it goes over his head, and then he reaches down and he throws another. Well, he like he's gonna take his foot and shove like as much of the pile down, causing like an avalanche to come towards you. Make a dexterity save.
Okay. God. I need new dice.
Okay.
Take your pick.
Dice hoarders.
Oh, well, I already rolled, so that would
Jesus.
be. It'd be an 8.
All right. So this pile of debris starts to fall around you, and as you're trying to get out of the way, it just kind of like it envelops you. And
We'll see.
you don't take any damage, but you are pinned and restrained and prone. Immediately, your heart rate just starts beating, and y'all can, the rest of you, you can feel something warm on your chest where your intertwined souls pendant is, and you see it, part of it, a sliver of it, dark blue and green, starts to swirl.
I grabbed the pendant immediately. Ribbon, somebody! Somebody!
You all hear his voice in your ears.
Oh shit.
It's a walkie-talkie.
Nice. Interesting.
Chirp, chirp.
Ooh.
Where you at?
Did you just hear Kai?
Kai?
If somebody's on the other end of this thing, I'd be really appreciative if you fucking answer right now.
Why you look at me when you said that?
He sounds a little.
I'm very easily distractible in this environment. You should know this.
He was angry when he left, so.
But he sounds more angry than he was.
When it ended last session,
I mean-
I just walked through the door. Am I still right next to the door?
So the doors close behind you, and immediately you hear this call.
I turn around. I want Kai and open the door. Do I see him?
As you open the door, you see that there's a goblin throwing scraps down, and
Holy
you see Kai
shit.
at the bottom, and there's a bunch of debris.
I knew it.
over
I
top
figured
of
no,
him.
I
Well,
figured
we
this out
could
during
have
the break.
saved ourselves a whole lot of
I
walking.
figured this out
Okay.
after last session. I just haven't been able to, Anyway, yes.
Oh yeah. I attacked
You did?
the
You
goblin.
figured it out?
Okay.
God damn it.
No
All
kidding.
right, make an attack.
I want to go to a dragon
Technically,
chamber that doesn't have a dragon in it.
Technically, it's a surprise attack.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Send in the cavalry.
The grasp, maximum is earth and grasp. I need a strength saving throw.
14.
No, beats it.
He beat your
Yeah,
saving
I
throw?
was 12.
So behind this goblin who's throwing rocks and like kicking debris down at Kai, you see a metallic hand rise up and swirl and try and grab at this goblin, and he sees it at the last second, and he jumps to the side. What? And then he sees you stepping out of this doorway and the door shutting behind you. Who are you? And he reaches down and throws a piece of scrap at you.
Oh my god.
Seeing this, I'm just like, I just need him disabled.
15.
Don't kill him.
Hits.
Hits. Okay.
Just leave him disabled. Don't kill him.
Well, she's about to be disabled here in a minute.
Well, I saved from like
Scraps in
piles
her
of
face.
garbage. Apparently, I'm just like,
You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as like this piece of scrap metal comes in and hits you in the head.
I apologize, guys. I didn't plan for this to go this way at all.
Did you see Kai?
This is why you're not allowed to make
Hey,
decisions.
here we go. Here we go.
She just disappeared.
Yes, quite.
Do we say the
Do we-
same?
Do we go?
I mean, yeah.
Sure. Let's get him out of trouble.
Alright, so she said, I want Kai. I want Kai.
You see this doorway appear in front of you, on like whatever wall is closest to you in the tavern.
Alright, so I'm gonna jump through it.
As soon as you open the door, you see her standing on the other side. And you see Kai, you see Scraps, and this this goblin kicking scraps and throwing scraps, and just recently hitting Babel in the head.
Spank.
Are you coming through too?
Yeah.
Okay. The two of you step out. What would you like to do?
So we see this goblin just throwing shit at Babel. Now Kai's what the fuck? I'm gonna look up at this little goblin. And how far away is he from me?
He's within 60 feet of you.
Within 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I want to.
He's kind of standing and dancing around and throwing stuff from the top of this 20-foot pile of debris.
Right here on him, like here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna snap my fingers and just cast Shatter.
Okay. So what does Shatter do?
A sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from a point of your choice within range. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a Constitution saving throw. Please fail.
Am I within 10 feet?
No, it's a 20-foot
Okay, cool. No,
tall
that's all I
pile.
had to
You're at
say.
the bottom of it. Anyways, he rolled a natural 1. So what happens to this
He's
goblin?
about to take 3d8 done to thunder.
Oh my god!
Shit, yes. That's okay. That works too.
And non-magical objects in the area also take this damage.
Okay.
So if
Huge pile of debris.
is about to just blow the fuck up.
Like inconspicuous is now officially
Yeah, just gone out the window completely.
That's not 7.
How do you want to do this? It says 7 right here.
Hey, his cousins are already dead.
I'm just gonna look at God. I'm just gonna. Why do you do that? And his head's just gonna go.
His head explodes and turns into a huge splattering of blood, and then a cascade of parts start raining down. Wood and metal and bolts and debris just. You, from wherever you are at, you hear this and turn around. And you can see way from where you're at that the part of that shipwreck is there was a mini explosion.
I see that. Knowing that he told me to watch his back and because likely shit was going down in an explosion, I take off running as far away from the ship as possible. Because I immediately think, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble.
You already committed arson today. Just go with it.
I didn't commit arson. Bring me a witness.
He made
I was behind the box.
Fire.
So the goblin's body slumps down and flips end over end to the bottom of this pile, no head, and basically no clavicle or
Just.
Gave him a Columbia necktie.
Oh, Jesus.
and he kind of slides down, and where his head would be is now slid shoulder to shoulder where you're at, kind of pinned, and you look and his guts are just rolling out the top of where his head should be.
I see at least one of those platinum pieces hanging out of that whole thing. I'm just like,
Bar it.
Eat a
Did you
piece of
eat it?
I was about to say, did you just eat a piece of him?
not him, the coin. I'm tucking it under my tongue for later use.
Okay.
And then I'm going to shimmy out.
Okay, make a strength check. What are the rest of you doing?
Motherfucker.
Nice.
Thank
He landed on the 19 and then moved at the last second. That'd be a 10.
He's gonna be the death of me. I
You
swear.
try and get out from under this
Yes.
pile, and you just you kind of stop, and then you look at the rest of them who are starting to circle around you and bend at the waist and look down at you.
Which I'm just like, are they all standing around me like this?
Are they all? I just did that for
mean-
cinematic.
After
Kind of
we
like
had-
a Knight's Tale.
Yeah, no, I feel you. That's why I was
just,
asking.
Just looking at him like, what are you doing?
These 3 females are just standing around you now.
Yeah, I look at them and then
You're not in heaven.
clearly, and then I look down.
Oh,
I look down behind us, I guess on the ground, and I go, Tavern. Does anything happen?
On the ground,
Under me?
no.
Oh.
You see the nearest wall 100 feet away. There's a door that appears on the wall.
Fuck.
Make another strength
Do
check.
you need a hand?
Yeah, you want to give me some advantage over here, bro?
Do you each reach down and try and help him?
Yeah, I mean,
So
we're not going to
between the rest of
struggle.
you,
Good, because I would have needed it. I would have needed it.
So Kai, you see him start to struggle, and like each of you take a piece of debris and beam and purlins, and you pull it off of him, and you throw it to the side. And as you all, as you get to your feet, like you all see what's left of his ship. There are parts of it that are partially intact, but most of it's just fucked.
What you would have
But
Sorry, I'm trying to find a dice that won't me. So, yeah.
Just need all new dice. Just burn all of those, melt them all down, and make new dice.
So melt them down in front of your
I
dice.
stand up.
yeah.
I stand up and I'm just like,
Friend of yours.
and
You just
I
petted
immediately
him.
start shoving the body like into the debris. Like I'm talking like,
Trying to
yeah,
Okay.
Is there anybody like?
yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
just
Good.
made an explosion.
There's-
I was
Yeah,
waiting for that
It would
question.
have.
to be asked.
It would
Just
have
gonna look
meted the
around.
whole damn thing, but I didn't want to do it.
Just
As,
gonna look around.
I'm
Make a
sure there's
perception
10
check.
people watching us right now.
anyone who wants to just look over their shoulder.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Sure,
doing.
why not? While I'm doing it, I'll do a quick glance.
Perception. That's a lot.
Just whoever got over 15.
That's
just-
a million.
That's a
A million.
17.
okay. So if you
Literally a million.
you
I
get over
got it.
15,
Yeah,
like
I
you
did.
look over your shoulder and you can see that people like in the buildings that are like 100 feet, hundreds of feet away, they've all opened their windows and are looking out, and some people like have stopped what they're doing and like tried to settle down their beasts of burden to try and like see what spooked them, and they're looking over in y'all's direction.
And they see an old pirate curb stomping a guy.
Goblin, half his size.
Just everybody's just gonna go. What?
And a couple of the windows. Wait, make an intimidation check.
It's not killing goblins Thursday yet. It's only Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's good. Intimidation. 16.
A couple of the windows shut as soon as you say what, but then like there's a group of goblins that pour out of this building and start like running towards y'all. Some of them have clubs, like some of them just have like workers' tools. They're running towards y'all.
Is the body covered up by now?
No.
They just
You were getting
witnessed.
into it, but it's not fully covered.
I haven't stopped.
Okay. So you're like trying to kick the pile down to cover the
I'm
body?
just stuffing him wherever I can in that debris. I've been doing it this whole time.
Make
Just-
Oh God, he was just trying to
Make
make this
a,
place
I don't know.
I was just trying to get out there undetected, and I've summoned a
What are
whole
the rest of
fucking
you doing while I look this
army.
up?
Make a law and
He said
order
the
check.
door appeared. Is it on
Doink,
the wall
doink.
or is it on his ship?
Make a stealth check? Try and hide somebody, and then you?
I can do that.
You said door appeared. Is it on a wall or is it on his ship?
It's 100 feet away on the
That's a
wall of
joke.
the building that like is the same one that people close their windows.
I'm done rolling tonight.
You try to kick the pile down, and you made your stealth check, and he is
With a
still
whopping 7.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole leg just sticking out from the pile.
Poor guy.
Try that one.
Use this one. It's Reed's
All right,
dice. He
I'm gonna need
didn't
everybody to
count.
roll initiative.
Sorry, guys.
Oh God.
In the meantime, is there like...
This is ridiculous. This is.
I just used my second level spell slot for you.
Okay.
God
damn it.
Something tells me I'm going to have an interesting conversation
how-
back at the apartment, guys.
How?
Will you draw
the
a
TPK
line?
discussion?
Will you draw a line this way?
Oh, from like here.
Yeah, from there all the way to her book.
You said
Read some books.
we're doing you said initiative.
Oh,
Put mine's a minus
put a
one
doorway down
bonus.
there,
-1.
and then
You see this shit?
Map drawer extraordinaire.
How many goblins are we?
Oh, we're about to find. Well, y'all are about to find
I'm
out.
rolling for
Look, he
initiative.
ran away.
I'm glad
Try
y'all
this one.
support is here to help.
Hey,
Morally.
apparently they only have 7 HP, so
DM tie.
Yeah, you're right.
I just one-shot that one, no fucking problem.
Somebody is 7.
Oh man. Do you not have the sense that God gave to frogs?
Yeah. There's that too.
What the
This is debris.
That's lava.
debris?
The floor is not
And
funny.
then
Do you need other colors?
Lots of debris. Where are we at?
stand by.
Lots of Debras.
Lots of debris.
Could you please put your minis on the map and I'll show you right here.
Boom!
Would you like to use? I have 6, so there's 6 unique goblins.
I got 6 here.
Oh, he was prepared.
Are any of my other dice going to work for me tonight?
Nope.
Nope.
How'd that one that I gave you do?
But I don't know where you got the
How'd
number
that
6
one I
from.
gave you do?
Well, I have 6 6-sided
I'm not-
die.
I'm not
You can
taking
use
it.
Try it.
I'm not taking
Just
it.
try
Easy
it.
tracking.
Just try it.
Try that
I
one.
don't know how many you have, but it
12.
was an option.
Roll it in.
Try the green.
Well, I have 12 of the same D6.
19.
They're just on my
There you go.
fingers.
It's because you're an elf and it's an elfin die.
Ah.
There you go, buddy. Pink elephants. I like pink elephants.
Dean.
Okay.
Big drums.
Everybody, you were close. Yeah, right there. Within. Whose white mini is that one?
That's me.
Everybody's 10 feet from that.
It's me, Gintiana.
I'm at,
These
because you
are
said
the
they came through
goblins.
the door, so they would probably be somewhere.
So
like
those are the
over
goblins over there. They're over here.
Here. And then he would
they're
be
a long
close.
ways
He would be
away.
close to the debris pile about there, because the
But-
door would have been like I don't know somewhere.
The door ended up
That
100
y'all
feet
came
that way.
Why is
well,
it
that they came out of, right?
Yeah.
That's dumb.
The door that the goblins came out of?
No, that they came out of. was-
Right.
So they came out.
That door's
him.
shut though, but
Okay.
for some reason the tavern door opened 100 feet that way.
That's bullshit.
It's a very
I wanna
judgmental
recount.
door.
That's bullshit.
This is that. I want to recap.
Um,
Can I get a reroll on the door placement, please?
Somebody else called the door.
so.
Oh, it's because he called the door.
It's because I called the door, yeah.
That door's
right.
racist. It's a racist door.
So,
2019.
you're not in this
Nope.
initiative. You're like, you can see
They're here.
You can see in the distance there's a
Way
commotion.
the fuck down
People
there.
are running around down there.
They keep running.
You're probably like 1,000 feet away. Okay.
1,000 feet, he said.
Clearly.
Jesus.
Did everybody roll initiative?
Always.
Okay.
That's an 8. Yeah, that's a 6.
Push your
So-
six.
Which is so probably.
Yeah, whatever your initiative bonus is, up at the top middle near your AC.
Yeah,
Zero.
so,
So,
Zero.
yeah, that would be a 6. In terms of that's
That it would.
All right.
Non-existent.
15 to 20 or
The
higher.
worst could be 5.
You're right.
15 to
It
20 or
could
higher.
be
Okay. 10 to 15.
10.
Nice.
What? Don't. No. You fucking liars. Y'all better be a fucking liar. Oh,
All right, who has
that's
lower than
not,
that?
That's not fantastic.
I
The
do.
rest of the table.
Okay. What are the
7.
two?
Oh.
7.
6.
6.
1.
How many spell slots do I have? Let's find out. Yes, I've already expended 1.
I would have gotten a
Great.
22.
Okay.
What did you really get?
Well, guess what, guys?
19 plus 3.
The goblins
The
go
goblins
first?
go
He's
first.
No
in it.
shit.
Oh,
The
that's right,
goblins
that's
have
He's
the
not in it,
initiative.
so.
Wow, the goblins have the initiative. Who would have thunk?
You hear, did you just see? They killed Scraps! Let's go get those fuckers! And they start running off towards you.
They're
You don't want to do this.
adorable.
I do.
Here, I got
Yeah,
it.
let's go get them!
They're adorable to you. To me, they're like vicious, mean-eating rabbit
Ten.
squirrels.
How nice would they be if they called their friends
30.
Scraps?
She has
Yeah.
a point.
He didn't give a shit about his cousins. Can we just go for the door, guys?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh, this is interesting.
Oh, sweet, they're only going to move 30 feet. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You done fucked up.
But they're in between us and the door.
Okay.
A door.
You see that all of them are with whatever they're carrying it
A door.
right now. Some of them are switching and they're pulling out like things that they're looking like they're taking a step back and getting ready to throw them.
Oh, you can fucking try.
So they're holding.
Got
They're
a
gonna hold
long-ass
their
weapon.
action. Now it's gonna be Gentiana. What would you like to do?
I don't fucking know. I've never been first before.
Especially by goblin, have you saw it?
Exactly.
It's so great coming first.
So I'm going
Yeah.
to.
I think I'm the only one that got it, but eventually
Nope.
the rest of the table
No,
got
you
on.
I got it.
As you-
I was
It's-
expecting.
As you do.
Thinking it, actually.
I draw
I'm always
a,
there.
I a small ward in the air with my hand, and this like magical little glyph, appears in the air, and I say some arcane words, and I cast Blade Ward on myself.
Okay, what does Blade Ward do?
And it gives me resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Nice.
Because I learned how to play the game, guys.
Kind of phases in and out of existence, this arcane rune, and it kind of appears before you, and then it sinks, and it looks like it quickly like mends itself to your body, and then disappears. But you do have this feeling like you are resistant.
And it lasts 1 round.
Okay. What would you like to do?
And then as a bonus action, do I want to use that though? Fuck. Yes. I'm gonna cast Expeditious Retreat on myself.
Okay.
Join me.
And that allows me to take on this turn.
Static electricity forms around your feet as you cast the spell.
It allows me to take the dash action as a bonus action on this turn and every other turn as well.
Nice.
Up to 10 minutes.
Okay.
Concentration. So now, I put my shoes on, laced them up. I'm gonna turn around. We find no going for the door.
The door.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70.
So as soon as you get within 30
Okay, boom!
as soon as you get within 30 feet of that goblin, he tries to throw a hammer at you.
Good luck, bitch.
Where is the door on this map?
Okay.
Over here.
19
Ow.
minus 1, 18. Does
Or
that hit?
one of these.
Is it
Jesus.
where's the door on the map for them?
That one that you drew over
Yeah,
there.
Oh, sorry,
This?
Yeah.
he told me to just draw a door somewhere down there. I didn't know that would be fucking you.
Perfect. All right. So it's gonna hit. I'm gonna roll. Okay.
Terrible.
The terrible game that y'all never knew
Did you
about.
really
You
have
take
to
4
draw
points of
that
bludgeoning
there?
damage, but you're resistant to it, so you take 2 points.
Yep.
Then, did you get within 30 feet of that other one?
I think I'm in.
Yeah, if he passed right here is 30 feet of this one.
Yeah.
Is through there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. That one's gonna spend its reaction
And this next one.
And the next one, too.
But
Okay.
these two are.
So that one's 16. Does that hit you?
Yes.
Okay. Last one does 6 hit you.
No.
Okay. So just one more attack. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage, but it does not get negated with your resistance. I don't think you can't take a half point.
No,
I said
it's always-
bludgeoning.
wait,
What is your resistance?
it's
Bludgeoning?
half rounded down, so it would
Oh.
be 0.
So it hits you, and like it would have hurt, just kind of like smarts a little bit.
Nice.
It's half rounded down, so I think that's how that works.
Dunk dunk. And then one goes whizzing past you and lands in the pile behind you.
Ow! That's not very nice.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Kai, it's your turn.
Okay.
As you just see me.
Yeah. I'll get
See ya.
30. Yeah, he's well in range. Yeah, I guess. I mean, these guys are in the way to the door, so I guess I'm just gonna pull out Gladys
Okay.
and yep. Poof. Take a shot at that one.
Boom, close.
Question is, will this dice that rolled a 19 earlier come in handy right now?
Let's see. Don't jinx it. Have faith in it.
Yes. No. Sorry, that would be an 18 to hit.
It hits. Roll
Awesome.
damage.
About damn time.
It's because you're an elf. I helped you out, buddy.
That'd be a 6 total.
So as you let loose this volley on him, it hits him. He's just barely standing up.
So with 6, he's just barely standing up,
Mhm.
you say? Cool. Awesome.
Yep.
Bodacious.
Is that going to be the end of your turn, Kyle?
As a bonus action, let me check to see if
Well,
this
it doesn't say
does
that it
range.
Yeah, it doesn't list any sort of like minimum or anything.
Okay, thank
So
you.
0 sounds good.
It's 40, right? Let's see. 5, 2. Yeah, it's 45 feet, so I can do this. one more. Now, this is a cantrip, so I can pretty much use this whenever, but on me, I have one more pebble. So I'm going to cast as a bonus action Magic Stone and go right there for that guy.
Okay. So can you make another spell attack as an action?
Magic Stone is a bonus action.
To throw it or to create a stone?
Well, it says casting action, and then I already have it. I technically already have the stone in my hand.
Okay.
So basically, it would be a bonus action. It says casting time 1 bonus action. Range is touch because I'm imbuing the pebble itself, and then I can throw it up to 60 feet. It has a thrown range of 60 feet.
Okay. So it would be an action to... You already had a stone in your hand, is what you're saying. Or are
Well,
you...
isn't that a free to...
It's a free action. It's a bonus action to cast the spell, but to throw it would be an action.
Well, then I'll just cast it again on that last stone and hold it.
All right, so boop,
Yeah.
you have another magic stone in your hand.
Yes.
Dope. That's going to be the end of Kai's turn. Beatrix, what would she like to do?
Well, she's way too far away to exactly attack. So, can I roll for stealth?
Sure. You want to try and hide behind some debris? Okay.
Like, I do want to move, but I want to move. I guess it would be 30 feet of movement will put me here.
So, that's not close enough to have any kind of cover to stealth behind.
Okay, so I'll just move there.
You would get cover behind that stuff if you wanted to take the dash action. So, right, that would give you like a half cover if you moved all the way up to that. Now you do see those 2 goblins and those 3 goblins in front. They no longer have weapons in their hands. They threw them. So right now I'm telling you, like, as a DM, they don't have another reaction to throw something at you.
So if I dash, that would be. But a dash would be bonus action.
No, dash is an action, unless you're a rogue or me.
The Mason class.
Yeah, you can give up your action to dash.
Yeah, I would have to give up an action. I don't have enough movement to.
What would you like to do then?
I just have to dash. I don't have enough movement to actually hit them.
Okay.
Because I don't think my javelins can't make it that far.
So your speed's
probably
30, right?
can.
It should, probably. I got a book.
Hopefully it's handbook.
Well, it's what, 60? Is it 60 feet?
There's 2 ranges. It's 30 to 120. You got them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Chuck that
then
speed.
I will
Well,
dash.
anything after the 30 is
Well, no, I don't think he's
disadvantage,
No.
right?
30 to 120 is the range. Anything between 0 and 30 is
Okay.
disadvantage.
So
and
I'll
after
try to
120 is
just kind of.
disadvantage.
I don't want to kill this little dude.
Ranged weapons
I
are
just
always
kind of want to
confusing.
throw a javelin and like pin his feet.
Okay. So you remember how I always say, how do you want to do this? You can tell me exactly how it happens.
Okay.
You don't have to kill every person you come against.
I want to throw my javelin and
Okay.
just essentially just like pierce him in the foot to make him like stuck.
All right. Roll an attack, a ranged attack with your javelin.
I don't. You can use that one.
Oh, you got an
Mischief
extra
in this
box.
Nice.
This box is jeans. I don't like it.
Yeah, let's not use this box.
Uh-oh. What'd you get?
I got a 6. And then that would be plus.
It's probably plus your strength
And
modifier and
proficiency.
proficiency.
Nope.
Which is...
Yeah, see that time I rolled that.
So it was 6 plus 1.
There you go.
1.
Oh. It would
Always have a speed.
actually be... Since it wouldn't be 1. It would be 6 plus... Unless... What did you roll?
I rolled 6.
Okay, you rolled a 6. So your proficiency bonus is
2.
plus your strength.
Is
Okay, so then that would make it 9.
It misses.
Yeah,
After all
but
that.
okay.
But I just
See, I
wanted
rolled
to...
it outside the box.
Okay, so...
I'm not using your boxes yet.
I'm not using
This spear
Yeah.
comes hurtling through the air, and the goblin sees it coming out of his face, and he moves out of the way. That's going to be the end of Beatrix's turn. Babel, what would you like to do?
Mage armor on myself. Then probably 10, 15, 20, 30. And I'm guessing none of them speak Infernal.
You haven't tried?
Well, because I'm going to be yelling at them in Infernal. If any of them actually know that, I have to tell you what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay.
But you're just yelling in Infernal?
Yeah, I don't think any of them know, so that is for you.
Okay. All right.
Here we
Read
go.
some books. Go read some books.
So you look back as... Does anyone else here speak Infernal?
No.
No.
Negative.
Straight no.
You just hear what
Murder.
seems to be these dark, like, strings of, like, cursing in some foreign language. Except it's coming through her
I
feminine
don't have
voice.
a mouth, so they don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see her per se.
We
but
know
you
it's coming
hear
from her, though, right?
Yeah, you know it's coming from her, and you can't tell what it is. And then what do you do?
I did everything.
Okay. You see that, like, as you say these things, that the few people that, like, had started to, like, open the windows, like, to watch the tussle outside, they get freaked out and they shut it.
What was that?
Hey, no more witnesses. Murder them all.
Okay, cool. So then,
I'm about to get
that's going to be the
surrounded.
end of Babel's turn. The goblins are going to... The three in front are going to reach into their packs and grab out another hammer each. That one's going to go fisticuffs with you, sir.
This one?
Yes. All right.
Little bastard.
Does 3 hit you?
Nah, bro.
And he misses. And then the next one's going to move... All 4 of them are just going to move 30 feet this way.
No, you're talking about this way?
This way or this
Towards whoever is closest.
way?
Oh, so they're all going towards me, is what you're saying.
Alright, that one's right up.
Damn.
Shit.
Okay.
I ain't worried about it.
Luckily, you're our tank. Oh, wait. No, you're not.
I ain't worried about it.
Does 13 hit you?
Yes.
Oh god.
I ain't worried about it.
You take 6
Are you sure?
points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
That's why
Cool.
he said he ain't worried about it.
And 17.
Hits, yes. Yes.
Okay, so that's gonna be 3
Bludgeoning damage?
down. Yep.
Counted down to 1.
God.
Well, you said it lasted 1 round.
So that was 3 attacks, right?
Yeah, until it gets back to me.
Was that 2?
1 round.
That was 2 attacks that you just did.
Next one misses,
There's a lot of goblins.
and then next one hits 17.
Whoa. There was only 3 attacks that were supposed to happen.
Right.
I already got hit with 2, then you rolled 1 and said missed.
Mm-hmm.
And then that 4th one already hit me, or tried to hit me. And the 5th one's not in range unless he's throwing something.
He's
at me.
throwing.
Oh, okay. Do I have half cover because of this motherfucker here?
Motherfuckers. More than 1.
No.
Fuck. Okay.
He tried.
Okay, so the
He
last
tried.
one?
It's reduced to 1.
Fighting
Alright.
nobody goblins.
Yeah,
In this like tussle of goblins, and you're just like kind of standing over them, like.
You're just getting open palm slapped.
Okay, that's gonna be the end of the goblin's turn. Gentiana, what would you like to do? Your resistance has now faded. You can feel it.
Yeah.
Scared little shit, man.
So, what was the bit about the disengage action from Expedition? Repeat.
There is no.
Okay.
No, it's. I can take the dash action as a bonus action.
Nice. Cool. So, what would you like to do?
If we're just going for the fucking door, I'm just gonna disengage.
Okay. You spend your action to disengage, so you wait until they're all not within swinging range of you. You jump back. Okay.
And see you later. Is that 70?
Oh. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Put me right in. I don't want to go through the door. I just want to be right in front of it.
Do you open it?
Sure.
No, I'm just kidding. You open the door,
87 goblets fall
You can
out.
hear some of the music from the tavern come through.
I'm gonna keep the door open,
Okay.
and
What if the goblins come in?
I hope they can. If they come in, that's why I'm standing at the door.
To let them in. They need a drink.
Come on.
Sorry, we killed your friend.
We can sell this all over.
Just
Drake.
drown out your worries.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look at the door. I'm gonna open the door and be like,
All
As
right.
you just sandwich your way all the way over.
Let's,
Yeah.
Is that the end of your turn?
yes.
Kai.
I'm gonna try something.
Oh God.
That's the best sentence to ever say in D&D.
Excuse me.
It's a free action. I'm gonna pull out one of the pipes from the salvage job real quick. Just
Okay.
one that's, about yay long. 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna extend the pole out to Beatrix. Grab on. And then I'm gonna grab her arm. And then I'm going to and cast jump
Okay.
using my right leg.
So I'm grabbing this pole.
All right. So, do y'all grab on?
What the fuck is going on?
Was it? I think it's just her.
I extend the pole out to her and then grabbed her by the wrist. If she's like, if they're cool with it.
If you're willing.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, and then I'm going to attempt to jump. It says my jump distance is tripled until the spell ends. So that would be, your jump is 15, which is half your movement, right? So I'd have 45 feet to jump.
Actually, you and I just looked this up last week.
Yeah.
So it's based off of your strength mod, right?
Okay.
So, let's look at that real quick.
Well, I think
But it's going to take an athletics check since you're trying to bring people with you.
we looked for vertical. I think it's different for
Should I use the box or not?
I mean, I'd use that box, I think. The other
I'll
box
use that
is
box.
just like,
Okay.
has some food right now or something.
We'll stand by before you roll
Okay.
that.
Okay.
I have a player's
Jumping.
handbook too.
Your strength determines how far you can jump. Long jump, you can make a long jump. You cover a number of feet. Up to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump. When you make a standing long jump, you can leap only half that distance. Either way, each foot you clear on the jump costs a foot of movement. The rule assumes that the height
long
of your...
jump. It's the other paragraph.
That's long jump. Are you jumping up or are you...
It just says, the spell just said jump.
He's trying to jump for distance.
So it'd be a
That's
long
what
jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what it is.
Yeah.
Either way, each foot you clear on the jump costs you a foot of movement. This rule assumes that the height of your jump doesn't matter, such as a jump across a stream or chasm. At your DM's option, you must succeed a DC 10 strength athletics check to clear a low obstacle, no taller than a quarter. So you can only jump a number of feet up to your strength score. If you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump. When you make a standing long jump, you can only leap half that distance.
So if your strength score is 2, you can only jump 2 feet on a
So
running
what's your
long
strength
jump.
score?
It's 13 with a +1 mod.
Okay. So what it's saying is that you can jump running how many feet?
1 feet per strength score, right? Or does it mean the 13? Because 1 seems a bit
All right, you know what?
Either way, I don't
Okay.
think it's going to work.
Jump
So.
a foot?
Okay, I'm gonna back up. So you cast
Strength
jump.
score, not modifier.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you could jump
Score.
13 feet.
Yeah, 13 feet
With
running.
a running.
With a
So
running
half of
times
that
because it's
standing.
times 3 with your jump spell.
So it's 39
45
feet.
minus 6, yeah, 39.
All right, now make it strength.
So really, I could just jump right back to the next. It would.
It would just move you all 40 feet.
But it
essentially.
would move everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do it to get us closer to the door. So what do I need to roll again?
Strength check, and we're gonna say that to jump with 2 people, 1 person would have been 15. With 2 people, it'll be 20. DC 20.
Yeah. Okay. Natural fucking 1.
So
Big fucking oof.
you go
Guess the
to
leg gives out.
you go to spring forward, and as you do, like the weight of them kind of like rocks you to the ground, and you bounce, and then you bounce into the pile over here
Doink.
by yourself. The two of you, though, are pulled about 5 feet that way.
Just from the sudden jerk.
Yeah. Cool. It was
Yay,
a really
free
good
5 feet.
idea.
In theory.
Yeah. You have your bonus action.
Am I prone? Am I standing up?
You're prone.
I get up. And then that's my turn.
All right, dope. So that's gonna be the end
Thanks
of
for
your
the
turn.
attempt, guy.
Yeah, no shit.
There's the guy you killed, Scraps. Get him! And then this after that, it's gonna be somebody's turn. It's gonna be Beatrix.
Oh, so I'm still standing.
Yes, you're still standing.
The
It was
pool just slipped from my hands.
yeah.
Did it go spiraling into hitting one of the goblins in the face by chance?
It's still in your hand.
Cool.
Cool.
I can make this work.
Alright, I'm going to use my action to. Well, I'm gonna move 30 first. And then I'm gonna use an action to actually just dash.
An action to dash. Okay.
Which is.
Another 30
Another
feet.
30.
Okay. Is that going to be the end of your turn, Beatrix?
That answer.
Babel, it's your turn.
I'm moving. 10, 15, 20, 30.
30.
Yeah. And then, magic missile on the 3 in the line.
Okay.
Yep, and then just keep
What does
going.
your magic
All of
missile
you.
look like?
Keep going.
Just don't want to attack him.
So it's a
So
it's an
keep
auto
going.
hit, right? Magic
Yes.
missiles are? Okay.
It's 3 of them. So
All in the same one?
no,
These 3.
the 3.
Okay.
So first one.
Oh,
4
oof.
plus 1, so he gets 5.
Oof.
Big oof. I think that's the one I shot.
Ooh.
So 4 for the second.
You got 2 4s?
No.
Oh.
4 total.
And then 3 for
4,
the
3,
third.
2.
Alright, so that
4
that-
damage, 3 damage, 2 damage.
so that first
No.
one,
5 damage, 4
5,
damage,
4,
3
3,
damage.
You know what I meant.
how do you want to do this on the first one?
Non-lethally.
What does the actual missile look like as it curls out from
Fist
your
to his
hand?
Oh, it's like a
Rainbows and
cartoon.
unicorns.
A butterfly.
It can look like anything.
By cotton candy.
A tiny
Quill.
butterfly just
Huh?
touches him on the nose.
It looks like a quill that just rockets out from your hand and catches him in the head and knocks him. Yeah, he's unconscious on the ground. The
It
other,
hit the temple perfectly.
yeah, the other one's like, oh no, not leather,
Not a leather.
not leather.
They're
up,
into
buddy.
Some weird
Is
shit.
he
You
into
can do it.
BDSM?
Yeah.
He likes.
And he turns around and he looks at you, and that's going to be the end of Babel's turn, and it's the Goblin's turn.
This one's still alive.
Which one did you deal 4 to?
This
He
one.
was in order, actually.
Yeah, this is
5,
5,
4,
4,
3.
3.
Send that one this way, 30,
Hey.
and then send the 2 to try and like crest around the scrap pile.
30.
30.
Unless you saw more. But
No, that's
I
fine.
just went with it.
All right.
This one's dead, right?
No, he's knocked
first.
out.
No,
Oh.
he's not down.
Yeah.
He's not dead.
And then move
Fishy.
that one towards Beatrix.
Wait by yourself.
What about yourself, Dad?
By
What about
himself.
All right, Beatrix.
I'm just trying to run away.
Does 8 hit you?
It definitely does not.
Misses with his hammer. This one was
Yeah.
coming. Who's this?
Me.
Okay. 9 misses, I'm sure.
I was just trying to leave it
It finally
conspicuously.
does.
God damn it.
All right. 17 to Kai. Yeah.
He's like,
They're real upset with the whole you killing their
All
friend
right,
and
check.
trying to, law and order. them under some
5
debris.
points of bludgeoning damage.
So yeah, I'm at 15 HP.
You're not supposed to
As he
say
hits
that.
you with a hammer to the gut.
I have to. My shit's not in front of me.
Which that's going to be the end of the goblin's turns. It's going to be now Gintiana. What would you like to do?
Just
Hey-o!
Is that then your turn?
she's Abercrombie and Fitch modeling it out by
I'm
the
gonna cast
front
blade.
door.
I'm gonna cast blade ward again. It's a cantrip.
Okay.
It's an arrow. I just draw an arrow and it just does this.
And that's gonna be the end of your turn.
Open.
Kai, what would you like to do now that you're back on your
Eat it,
feet?
Jones.
At the bottom of this stack, somebody who just hit you with a hammer in the gut. This little goblin.
I don't see. You know what? Okay. So I got the pipe in my hand. I'm gonna hit him as a bonus action in the face with the pipe.
Okay.
Wait,
Jeez.
you can hit with a bonus action?
Can you? I don't know.
No, you have to use an action.
You gotta use an
If
action
it's an
unless
attack.
you have an ability.
Okay. Yeah. So action to hit him with the pipe.
Okay.
Doesn't hit.
All right.
Doesn't hit.
It doesn't hit.
He's not even gonna say the number.
So, woof, and he kind of like leans down while you're swinging at him frantically, and he's like, just laughing at you. That's gonna be the end of Kai's turn. Or are you gonna try and run around him?
Yeah, I'll take attacks of opportunity, and I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
-5 for the rough terrain.
Difficult terrain.
Yep.
Okay.
Difficult terrain.
So yeah.
You would ended up in around that area anyway. That's gonna be the end of Kai's turn. Beatrix, right?
Okay.
Did they get attacks of opportunity?
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
So you guys will be carrying me out on a stretcher
Again.
Does 5 hit?
Maybe not.
That's cocked.
You just gotta have a slight limp.
You're cocked. Oh, sorry.
15.
Yes.
He says with a
You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. As
10
one of them
It's not that bad.
Halfway dead.
catches you.
Let's say halfway
Now
there.
it was only 2 opportunity attacks.
Yes.
Yeah, because
No,
this
that
one's
one's
knocked
that
out.
guy's knocked out.
He
went
just
through
kind
this
you kind of run by and you see there's a goblin like passed out right there.
I'll be in your spot in no time.
And then Beatrix, now it's your turn.
Okay. Well, first, I guess I will. How are you looking, Kai?
I'm fine. Just continue.
I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Thanks, fine. Okay.
Let's get to the door.
This is
All right,
fun.
I
You
am.
remember
right
when I
here.
took pictures of our character sheets?
Oh, yeah, you
It's
got
on
it.
my phone that was stolen.
Of
Yeah.
course it is.
I was
So,
like, oh, he's about to come in clutch. Oh.
maybe, and I was thinking about this the other day. Is like I'd really like to get a picture of everybody's character sheets, maybe for these scenarios.
Yeah.
Such an areas.
It's been a
Yeah,
long
so
day.
I'm like
Sorry.
face to face with Indiana right now, and I'm just like helping her usher.
Okay.
Like, I'm literally
You get an opportunity attack on her as well. Because
Okay.
because I
You just-
They're both prices right.
Does 2 hit you?
No.
Oh my god.
just
two.
it's behind door number 1. Oh, it's the way out.
That's
Fuck over.
That's gonna be that goblin's turn. Next is, or that's gonna be into your turn, Beatrix. Unless you're gonna throw a javelin or anything.
I really don't want to hurt him.
Okay. Murder.
I'm really not trying to. I just.
I blew one of their heads off. So.
Babble.
Oops.
It's your turn.
You're a murderer.
Good.
I mean, so far they haven't done anything to me, except for not allowing me to jump.
Yeah, I guess I'll risk it.
Just give her the biscuit.
All or nothing.
I'll dash 60 closer to the door. I'll trigger 2 of them.
Triggered.
This would be 60 or that would be 60. Either way.
Does 1 hit you?
Surprisingly, no.
And then does 17 hit you?
Yes.
Okay.
About that one.
You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage, and the
Put
other
a
guy,
7 behind it.
the hammer slips out of his hand as you rush past him.
Wait, where you going?
The
Oh,
goblins.
your weapon was lubed up too.
My weapon's always lubed.
So you see that there's a goblin that pops out of here.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Coming out of the woodworks,
Yeah.
guys.
Literally, these buildings probably have wood doors.
I'm just so confused. What did I do? Little
This one's a
green
really fat one.
Oh, yeah.
And he kind of like tumbles down the stairs from the door. I'm helping, guys.
Oh, He's me.
With a turkey leg in there.
Oh, I'm the killer. I'm running.
He like falls prone out the stairs with the crossbow like between his legs, and he shoots one off, heading towards Babel. It's gonna be 14 to hit.
Pretty big fucking
Is that a
arrow.
disadvantage, my dude?
From shooting from prone, is it advantage from prone?
No, I'm talking
I
know
about
it's
distance.
Oh no, not with the crossbow. But you take
Oh no, it's not.
4 points of piercing damage, and then these all are gonna like gather on Kai, except for that one who's running towards Babel.
Oh no. Okay, I was thinking something else. My bad.
You want this one moved or no?
That's
Well,
unconscious.
that one's unconscious. Never mind.
All right, Kai.
You got knocked the fuck out.
You can make it, Kai.
This is Kai signing off.
Maybe.
Jack, do you want
16, 15, and 14. Oddly enough.
Every single fucking one.
Oh my
I'm
god.
just imagining.
I love how, like-
Independence Day.
I love he's like, hey Sam, does a 1 hit you? Oh, Tamara, does a 3 hit you? Hey guys, does a 4 hit you?
I really.
17, 16, and 14.
I really wish I was making this shit up.
I know you're not making this shit up. It's the dice gods. I pissed them off eons ago for some fucking reason. Don't know what I did.
Okay.
You didn't believe in them at one point in time.
I guess not.
You take 10 points. 10 points combined between the three of them.
This again.
Yeah.
As you fall unconscious to the ground, they
I
just
just
like
wanted
start
Stevie
like.
and I just wanted to leave.
Oh,
That's
get
all
the
I
fuck
fucking
out
wanted.
of me! No, that's nope. Can't have
That's
that
what you get
shit,
trying to taste
motherfucker.
bitches.
You guys just call Sirocco or some shit.
So
Stab you in the heart every time.
You were unconscious on the ground right there with 3 goblins. We got him! Alright, let's get his friends! And like,
Fuck you.
3 of them look up and like with their hideous teeth and go, ah! Like pointing at y'all.
What did I do?
How close did that one get to Babel?
I don't think it was
10,
like
15, 20, 25.
Get up in Babel's face.
Ass, not face.
Well,
And
does 9 hit you?
no.
Alright, that's gonna be the end of the goblin's
Poor Dusty.
turn. Beatrix.
She just
You
got
need a drink
raped.
boil.
Gentiana.
Stop skipping.
I know. I don't know why.
It's not your turn. It's mine.
I know.
You're doing things. Well, I'm doing things too.
I am planning.
I'm gonna look at you and be like, I'll be right back. Move me as close as like I want to be right here. I know that's not
He
70.
wants to smell.
How much is that?
50.
50. Oh, cool. I'm gonna use Shroud of the Ava.
Ooh.
Shroud of the
See, this was planned
I'm gonna-
from the
I'm
get-go, just so
gonna
he could do
use
a really
my.
good
I'm
fucking
gonna use
thing.
my action to unleash divine energy within myself.
You are not
I get
underdog.
these like 2 skeletal ghostly, these feathered are like ghostly. I want it to look like skeletal and like really menacing, and creatures within 10 feet of me.
Kai.
All 3 of them.
And me.
He can't see me, so it's okay. Have to make a charisma saving throw.
I got X's over my eyes right now.
Let me see what
And
is
a
it.
giant.
9?
Excellent.
Natural 20.
Fuck.
14.
The save is 14.
20,000.
14. So that one that got a 14 meets it, so it succeeds, right?
Mhm.
So the one furthest on the left is feared. Is that what it is?
Frightened.
Frightened.
Frightened is that he has to
I have it right here.
take all of his movement to run away from me.
Yeah. Creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight. The creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear. Okay. Oh my! What is? We gotta get out of here! That one yells, and the other two say, "What the fuck?" So
Jonah
Get the
Hill
fuck
style.
away from
is
my
that
friend.
the end of your turn?
How far does he move? Or he's saying?
No, he
hasn't
doesn't. He
moved
doesn't.
yet.
He
He's
doesn't
just
move yet.
afraid. He
It's on
will
his
have
turn.
to.
Get the fuck away from my friend.
Okay. Is that going to be the end of your turn?
Do you see these bones? You don't want to know what they do.
Make an intimidation check for the other two after you say that.
Okay. Where's an intimidation? There it is. Yeah. 15.
19 on the first one.
Fuck.
The other one on right. You're right. We need to get out of here. She's crazy. And the other's like, come on, guys. This is fucking just weird.
I'll show you weird.
That's going to be the end of your turn. Kai, make a death saving throw.
Nope.
It's less than 10.
Yeah, I can guarantee it's less than 10.
Oh, it's 10.
No.
10 or under.
Oh, it's... What did you get?
4.
So, please put a...
Attack 1 death.
Yes.
Failed save throw.
So you see on the ground below you is you see a bit of blood come out from his gills and out his mouth. That's going to be the end of your turn, Kai. Beatrix.
Okay. Beatrix is gonna try to heal Kai.
Can you from that distance?
No, I'd have to move close to you, unfortunately.
Well, damn.
Well, damn. I guess I'll just do. I have.
Things stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna heal. I'm gonna touch you and heal.
If you can get there.
Oh,
Yeah, I would just stay there and hold the door open.
I'll be there in a minute.
You can move closer and hold an action to heal if that's like your intention.
I know, but I would still have to dash to actually reach
Yeah,
him.
she's
So
gonna
that
have
would
to
be an
dash.
action.
It would
And
be
she has
nice
to
to
hold
stay
the door
there.
So you're gonna hold the door open, or would you like to hold your action to heal him as soon as he gets close enough?
Yes.
Like
If somebody
He gets
can
drugged.
drag his body.
Again.
so you kind of like you have like your healing hands up.
And my foot's just
I don't.
out, just on the door.
All right, that's gonna be the end of Beatrix's turn. Babel, how's your character looking? How's Babel looking right now?
Like health wise?
Yeah.
8.
What about yourself?
What about yourself?
He wants to know if he can demolish her.
Turn around and to my friendly little guy. Is this really the last space you want to look at? And then I magic missile those 3.
Okay.
First one gets 3.
That was 3.
Second one gets 5.
Unless they're talking mad shit.
And the last one gets 4.
You don't know when it gets
That's
the
funny,
talking
it's
mad
3,
shit
4,
gets
5
it.
again.
This is the one that wasn't scared.
The one,
Yeah,
Well,
this
one of
one's
them was
scared.
hit
This one's
before.
scared.
This one's scared. This
We
one
don't- I
got
don't know which
5.
one was
This
hit
one
before.
got.
I know I
4.
did 6 damage to one guy, and he said he was really scraggly, so it's one of those 3.
No, that was the
That was
start
this
of the
one.
fight.
That was
You definitely,
unconscious.
Well, how do you want to do this on the one on the far right?
Same as before. Not lethal.
Poof. So Quill comes out of your hand, rockets towards him, and knocks him on his ass out cold. The other 2 take significant damage or barely standing. One of them's trying to run away. Kind of Scooby-Dooing it, his feet. Is that going to be the end of your turn, Babel?
Yeah.
Okay. After you go, it's the goblins' go. That one's immediately turn and run. 30 feet.
I was close.
Okay.
So,
All right. That one is going to. It's going to make. Grabs onto Kai's leg and tries to drag him, but he's just too heavy with all the scraps and like pieces of metal that are sticking out of his bag. And he stays in place. He spends his whole action doing that. The one with the crossbow, like he's sitting there on the ground, putting another one in, just pulling it back, and then kind of like, huh? And he kind of sees you standing there, like with your wings out. 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
all them wings make you
Oh,
a bigger target.
6 points of piercing damage.
Ow. That's full because I didn't do blade ward this turn.
That's going to be the
6
end of
points of-
those goblins' turns.
That wasn't very nice, Ty.
Okay. That's now going to be Gintiana's turn. Didn't forget you.
Don't you?
Forget about me.
That's
That's all we can do.
Let's have him make a Constitution saving throw.
Who will?
The trying to pull my friend.
What is that? This one?
What
Yep.
are you doing that will require
Shots,
him to do that?
Poison spray.
Okay.
Like
11.
straddle.
Oh, yes. He needed a 14.
Okay.
He's trying to pull you though.
So as he's
He says
pulling
pull you by
as
the
he's
leg.
pulling on Kai's leg, he looks up at just in time to go, "What the?" Right in the face.
Gas blasted.
And that's 9.
How do you want to do this?
Just stop.
Hammer time.
Unconscious
say that.
or dead?
Oh, he's fucking.
Well, I said hammer time because they have hammers.
I was saying,
And
I
he
was going to say
dies.
hammer time because of MC hammer.
So
But
these two
Well,
are knocked
I mean,
out.
yes, but
That one's fucking dead.
can't say
That one's
MC
running,
hammer.
And he's
for his
running
life.
for his life because
And
he's
he is like, what's going on out
Okay.
here?
That's going to be the end of your turn.
I still got movement. A lot of it. I'm just kidding.
Are you going to move? Or are you going to...
I'm gonna stay right here.
Beatrix.
Ah.
Babble. Oh, wait. Sorry. I skip people. That's my thing.
yeah,
Kai.
I rolled a 17.
So you have one success.
Gotcha. I'm coming, buddy. I'm coming.
Babble.
So mark down that check mark.
Oh my god.
Dude's still standing there, not doing anything.
The one that just attacked you?
Or the one that's like cocking the bow.
There's one down
Just
here
on
that's
this
cocking the bow, and the one over there is just pursuing you, club out, and just like trying to swing at you.
I guess I'm hitting him then.
Okay.
Isn't that the others are close? Firebolt.
Damn.
Nice.
Ball,
Yes.
not ball.
Still.
Ball.
Technically-
Everybody run
Still.
your knives.
I think I'm okay.
1d10 fire damage, regardless.
Hey, I am the only. I haven't
Hey,
killed
do it.
anyone
Do
yet,
it.
so.
Neither have I, apparently.
8 plus 4. Does 12 hit?
Unfortunately, it misses. And it goes and whiffs out and disappears into the air. Is that going to be the end of your turn?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, that goblin's... Oh, you guys, magic! Ah. And he goes to swing at you with a club.
Smart goblin.
16.
Yep.
5 points of bludgeoning damage. The guy with the crossbow. Hey, you leave him alone! And he cocks his crossbow. He hasn't got up. He's just sitting on his ass, feet out in front of him, like
Doing better than all of us.
You right?
poof. And then natural 1. And as he pulls the trigger, the arrow like gets stuck, and he's like, "Huh?" And he turns it around and blasts him in the face.
Wow.
Yeah, he'd
You
suffer.
never look down the barrel of a
He's got takes 3 points of bludgeoning damage as he's got this bolt that's sticking out of his head.
Did
He's
he shoot his eye
firing,
out?
he's firing blunt. a weapon?
He's got a bolt sticking in his eye.
I think that would be piercing damage. He's
Oh,
firing
yeah.
bolts, not bludgeoning.
3 points of
It's
piercing
the
damage. That
suction
makes more
cup
sense.
arrows.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually stuck to his eye, and every time he looks up, it just moves up and down.
But that's gonna be the end of his turn. What are you doing, Gentiana?
I want to see how Kai reacts to this. It's going to be funny.
Not Thunderclap again, you damn near
It's
killed
going to
me.
be fucking hilarious. I'm bent down and
Push to
cast
start?
healing touch. Push to start. Exactly. As an action, I touch a creature. Target
1d8.
magically regains 1d8.
So roll a d8.
You do it.
You want me to do it?
It's supposed to be whoever casts the spell anyway.
Yeah, you're
well, you do
better.
it anyway.
Oh. Now you have to make a charisma saving throw because I look like what I look like.
You what?
You have to make a charisma saving throw because I still have shroud of
Is it?
Eva.
Okay.
Does it say
Creatures
anything
in
about
10 within 10 feet. I just want to see how he reacts.
17.
No, you're fine.
He's seen
So,
scarier
You
shit.
see the
Yes, I
glory.
have.
You see the glory of Gentiana just over top of you, wings splayed out, and she's like reaching back with her hands from healing you. and you can see that as the energy slowly fades from her hand, and you start to blink back.
I grab her hand and pull myself up. Not one word, and then.
It is your turn.
Okay, then I'll do that.
The two of you can take your turn together in tandem.
Dash to get the fuck over by the door.
I'm going to use my 35 feet of movement and then dash to. Oh, wait. Stop right next to that guy right there. Back up. Make a charisma saving throw, please.
And babble.
Yep.
13. And what'd you say it was?
14.
Oh my god!
Is it a saving throw?
It's a saving throw.
It's a dark angel!
20. No.
You're fine. You're fine.
The goblin turns away.
And then keep going?
Yeah?
Are we just going to keep this train going?
All right.
Hey, you're up.
So, I think it's
Because I can't end it.
I think it's safe to say that the rest of you, you pile in through the door. These two goblin run away, and the last one is still screaming, trying to figure out how to get this bolt out of its eye.
Did I still
Your
have the
mom
pipe in
never
my
told
hand?
you that you'll shoot your eye out.
Did I still have the pipe in my hand?
Yes.
Okay. As I was leaving that pile of goblins, I'm just gonna four and one right in the head.
Okay.
As I'm leaving.
That's fucked up.
No, just because.
Make a.
Oh, I didn't. No, it's
Okay.
gonna require all that shit.
Oh no. So
Okay.
no, I wouldn't. And because they're unconscious.
Yeah,
Just as you're running by, I thought you were gonna do it to the one that was trying
Like-
to run
This
away.
one right
I thought
there.
you were gonna trip his
No,
legs.
this
up
one
right
right here.
there.
I'm just
one that
like,
was
as I'm
talking
leaving,
about
I
They
just
hit
kind
all different tunes, as the pipe just rolls past.
And they all are various states of noises.
yeah, I'm playing Marietta Little Lamb.
Did you call that one?
Okay, you all one after another onto the floor of the tavern, and the door shuts behind you.
Gotta stop meeting like this.
What's up with all this wood?
You're back in
Where's
the tavern.
Darren?
And that's where we're gonna take a break.
The best cliffhanger ever.
Yes.
Where's Aaron?
So yeah, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back with you here in a minute, y'all.
I'm gonna go buy my dice.
Hey, guess what, guys? We're back.
Wait, what?
Are we really?
We left?
Shit!
Wait, the break that just happened?
Yep.
Obscenities.
We just took a break.
Time warp.
I'm going to contact my
Let's
union
do
rep.
the time warp. I'm just kidding.
All right, so
Let me dip under the table.
Zarin,
Yeah?
you're in District 2.
Yeah, is there a trinket shop somewhere around?
Make an investigation check.
He doesn't join the fight, but he wants to go shopping. What a fucking prick.
Is he
That was
actually
normal.
in District 2? Because
Sorry, District
District
3.
three.
I keep fucking us
You're
up.
in District 2. You ran, bro. Where'd you...
For hours.
9 plus investigation?
Yes.
13.
9 plus investigation.
13.
I guess I should have spent that time looking this stuff up instead.
Yeah,
Here
bruh.
you go.
Damn.
District 3. Let me turn to my notes.
Hey, can I see?
Yeah, sure.
Sweet.
If you want to die.
So
Now you're dead.
you've walked for a little bit in kind of circles after hearing the commotion. You turn and you just keep going. You make it to where you see a sign that says Smithboro. You see that there's a couple of armory and weapon shops nearby, dealers and boat craftsmen in some areas getting ready to get it to ship out to the docks to be put in the water. That's kind of the area you're in right now.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Start asking around. Is there a shop that sells weird things? Trinkets, odds, ends.
You
We got
get
an S&M shop around here.
you get
Chains,
people,
belts.
Wits, they all excite me.
Handcuffs.
they kind of send you further up
Gibsons.
north. You head over to Carpin's Corner. Is where you get directed to.
When I'm there, I just want to be.
I will say that in this area, you can see that there's more people doing things like you can see through the window that there's people doing what maybe looks like some sort of experimentation through the windows. Some of these buildings. Doesn't seem like there's too many like trinket shops down here. It's more like for practical use, like hardware stores and different
Hardware store. Let's take a look in there.
Okay.
Because to me, that looks like trinkets.
Okay. As you walk in,
Comes
you
out
see,
with a hammer.
Hey, have you guys ever seen one of these hammers before?
you see that there's
As
a,
Kai has a camera in for it.
That's
That-
face.
there's kind of like a makeshift tent that's kind of heaped together with scrap metal and plywood, and inside there's like saw blades that hang from the ceiling that are like, you know, various sizes. There's hammers and there's like different like craftsman tools all around.
I want to figure out what the weirdest tool is in here.
You've seen the cow's tool cartoon? The far side.
No. I'm gonna
There's a
culture
dictionary for that.
As you're browsing through, picking up things that look foreign to you,
Dictionary.
a tall, kind of scarred up half orc walks up. Can I help you?
You don't know what the far side guy.
I put down my stuff and I leave. Or I put down whatever else looking at.
Put down my, drop all my shit and walk out.
I just looking at it and just.
Oh. All right.
This is not what I sketched.
Okay. Bye.
I'm just in the street. I'm like, I just
I'm
want to go to the
crying.
tavern.
And as you think that, you see a door appear on one of the buildings nearby. You walk in.
Is there a that was easy button nearby?
As you walk in, you see that they're all catching their breath, like at their hips, and Kai is like bleeding. He's bleeding from the face down all the way down.
Has it been a minute yet?
It's been about roughly a minute or so.
The shroud is fading.
Good.
That's why I'm
You
saying
see-
I
it's
just
been
like
a
how
minute.
we're all like,
You see the party that you went on an adventure
He's
with just
fucking
previously
perfectly
in the
good.
tavern.
I think it's a minute.
What would y'all like to do?
roast.
Last for 1 minute. Yeah.
We're in the tavern now.
Mm-hmm. You're back on the
Is he-
tavern floor.
Okay, whenever
Can we see him?
Yes.
I'm sprawled out on a table right now.
Where were you?
Healing touch.
You were supposed to watch him.
I did.
As she's saying
Apparently
this,
not well.
I pull out the bottle of purple stuff, and while laying on the table, I start chugging it.
That's why you go after him.
After him?
Yes, you did that before.
Do you not know it? Go after.
Are you chugging the bottle?
It's empty now that you've said something.
It's gonna be like, let me get.
Which I handed to you. I'll take another off the top shelf. It's got my name.
Scuffling. What's that?
I'm not your mother. I just wanted to.
Ta-ting, 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 as you throw it to the ground.
I pull out the second one that I took from. I'm already going to town. Still on my back.
Is it like a healing potion? Or you
Nope,
just
nope.
fucking
He's just
drinking your life
Great
away?
whiskey.
He was
It
just
heals
trying to
It
get-
something.
heals him from sobriety.
Okay, can you stop? You're causing bleeding. Alcohol thins blood.
So is,
God damn it.
He's going to sketch something.
We guys cure wounds at level 2 on him.
okay.
Cool.
How much does it heal him for?
What's my spellcasting modifier? 6 plus 6 plus 2, so 14.
So
I'm 1 point away from being fully healed. I pop up off the table. I take that last swig of that last one. I chunk the bottle. Pretty sure that might pop him on the back. I run to the bar and waiting on Zinch.
Oh god.
this tall standing Goliath with horns. Hey man, how you doing?
Has anything been replaced on the top shelf?
I mean, yeah. There's a couple things up there, some new stuff.
Spit up a platinum piece.
Ew.
Sorry.
All right, man.
Sorry. I'll put it back down.
Look, that's kind of disrespectful.
I'll take those 3 right there.
All right. And he pulls the 3 down. Just be normal next time, dude. Don't be so fucking awkward, kid. And he slides them to you.
You're so fucking
I take them, I stumble a
Wish you
little
weren't so
bit,
fucking
and then
awkward.
I'm heading to my room.
Okay. As you go about your way, you can see that Sirocco and Equinix are sitting at a table, and it's kind of like sparser crowd tonight. And you can see that Equinix is visibly trying not to laugh, but he's kind of like covering his face, and Sirocco's just leaning even harder into whatever story he's telling Equinix right now. And it's this interesting dynamic between the two of them where Sirocco keeps pushing his buttons a little bit with whatever he's saying. You just catch a little bit of what you hear about whatever he's saying. It's some ridiculous story, and Sirocco keeps leaning further and further into the story as you start to head up the way. What are the rest of you doing?
What exactly is this story he's telling?
You kind of there on the far end of the tavern. You gonna approach?
Yes.
As you approach, Sirocco raises his glass. Hey, why don't y'all have a seat? Are y'all drinking? Celebrate? Wait a second. And he looks. You don't have any marks on you, do you? From the last fight.
From the last, I
Me?
didn't
No,
get
I'm
damage,
clean.
no.
Okay. And
I'm
is
I'm
she?
almost-
And he looks
I'm
over.
almost
and is like,
dead.
"Hey, why don't you join us? Is she okay? Does she need help? Is she pointing at you?
Yeah.
Come sit down. Oh my goodness. And
His arms in a sling.
he waves his hand up and in the air, and you can kind of see as like a musical note that kind of winds into the wind and like floats towards you. He's gonna cast Cure Wounds at what, 9th level?
Jesus fuck.
I'm gonna say you're healed.
Somebody has 100 temporary hit points.
So
Nice.
yeah,
I'm invincible.
please join us.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem at all. Babel, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And Equinix, he raises his glass and tilts his head. Good to see you again.
See you too. Good to see anything at this point.
Yeah, man, what happened? I bet you'll have a story to tell. Yeah, let's hear it. Sirocco leans in. Please, and he opens up the table for you guys.
Yeah, Kai. Let's hear it.
Guys going to the room.
Well, don't.
Yeah,
ask
Zoran,
this
tell him about the
guy.
hammer you got.
I didn't get it. I put it down and walked away. I was scared.
And Sirocco yells up as you're halfway up the stairs, Kai, where are you going? Why don't you have a drink with us?
I stop. The first bottle of the 3 that I've gotten is already halfway gone, so I will stumble my way back down for that free drink that I heard about.
Okay. Sure. Have a seat. He opens up the table for you. Do you sit?
I mean, I sit.
Okay. Equinix, what's that?
I sit.
You do? Okay. Equinix kind of scoots over and makes a spot in between you and Sirocco. And then the rest of you, there's a place for everybody to sit.
Just real quick, as I sit down, I put the one that I'm drinking, I take the other 2, I put them on the table, and then I pull out some cloth and I start tearing some strips. And I'm going to make some Molotovs while everyone's talking.
Wow. Hopefully you don't need to use those anytime soon. He sees you, like, making some contraption. But what do they do?
Well, if they don't blow something up, they'll fuck my stomach up real good.
Okay. Cool. And Equinix doesn't know what to make of this. He doesn't make a... He just sits there.
And when I'm done, as people are talking, I'm just going to put them in the bag.
Okay.
It's just something Kai does when nothing's going on.
All right. You're preparing. You're always staying prepared. Okay, cool. What are the rest of you doing? All right.
On the brink of death. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, you're still...
While
your
he's-
HP still down?
While he's fucking around
Oh.
with that,
I can touch you and heal.
you thinking he's probably had way too
Did
much
you
to drink?
use it already?
I couldn't
Use
because I
prestidigitation
wasn't
to make his
close
alcohol
enough to
taste
touch
like
him.
water.
So actually, I
I'll be
can't.
fine.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Are you trying
And
to
hold
do
your
it
hand.
sneakily?
I've had much worse.
Make a stealth check.
Been much
What's
worse.
the turn?
Or slide
Don't
it.
worry about it.
Don't
don't worry about it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Wait by yourself.
Oh, he ain't seen shit.
Okay, what is it?
It's a 19 plus 2.
What's your passive perception?
11.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking
Yeah.
about.
God, this is
Dusty
perfect.
doesn't even know what you're talking about, so it's, yeah.
This
See,
is perfect.
You keep drinking.
Yeah.
Anyways, where are y'all from? I don't think I've asked you.
From where have we been?
Where you've been? Okay. Where's that? Where you've been?
Lots of different places. I came into this world and I went to a wooden room and then experienced somebody else's dream, and then got into this place with these little tiny people and got out of there, and now here I am.
You've already had quite the adventure, haven't you? Well, what was the name of the place you came from?
The tavern? Or before that?
Before,
Sora?
are you from Sora?
Oh, before then. Before then.
Okay.
Sounds like I'm not going to be the only one with a memory problem tonight.
Well, it's okay if you can't remember. Is that something you just don't have a recollection of?
Partly, it comes in bits and pieces. Bits and pieces. Bits and pieces.
Well, hopefully you remember something. I don't know if that's what you want, but what about you? Where are you from?
It was a long time ago. If you're asking me where I'm from.
Tiana, right?
Yes.
I thought it was Jim Tiana.
You fucking die.
It's Puff.
It's Puff.
It's Puff in the background. Hard G, motherfucker!
It's a tough question to answer because I've been so many places and had so many experiences, and my life has been up and down, and it's a hard question to answer where I'm from, because I don't really know where I'm from anymore. It's not that I don't remember, it's just I just go with the flow, I guess. As the kids would say.
I like that. That sounds cool.
Is it?
I don't know. I think so.
It's trying on the mind. Being me and seeing the things I've seen, doing the things I've done. It's a hard question to answer that. I'll have to get back to you.
Okay. And Soroku takes a drink. You two. I have a friend, Gamalov. Are y'all from the same world as him?
Thought you were gonna say
Well,
related.
all Mana Spawn just look alike, don't they?
Oh,
We're all related, aren't we?
He's not. Are you from Adonai? Adonai.
I'm sorry?
No.
what'd you say?
Adonai. That's where I'm from. Are you from the same place?
Yeah.
Weird. Sorry, continue.
Is that the name of your world?
Yes, before the wooden walls and then the dream and then the more wooden walls and then the little dudes. And,
Wow. And Equinix perks up a little bit. I've never heard of that place before.
I don't know.
What's it like?
It's very dark. Not like this world. This world has color to it. Has life. Adonai is dark. Buildings are dark. Plants are dark. These trees I've learned is the word green.
Not the only one that needs a dictionary.
Okay.
Equinix says, I imagine there's a lot of things in that world that are misunderstood?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Probably it's very confusing, hard to process. Process.
Why did you leave?
I sought to escape something different. I felt anguish. I felt hurt. I felt like something different. But then when I left, now I feel held back. I feel tugged. I feel like I want to go back, but I can't go back. I end up in these same four walls, except this time there was pictures.
Well, I hope you like the pictures, says Sirocco. They're great, aren't they?
They are. It makes me want to jump into some of them and just explore that life.
Oh, be careful. I wouldn't want to ruin the paintings.
Ruin the paintings. Like they would burst, but they would move. Would they move you? Would they influence you?
I mean, that's the hope of any artist, is that they might move you, inspire you in some way.
Can you feel them?
Yeah, they can make you feel great emotion.
Can you feel through them?
Through them, maybe. I've never thought about it as a catalyst to feel something. Probably, yeah.
You'll probably just break through them, so that might not be the best idea.
Equinix looks over at Sirocco because Sirocco's not getting it. They mean, is it a portal to another world? Sirocco, come on, you got it. Oh! That's what you meant.
Partly. Your brain, my brain. I guess it does not link different worlds.
It doesn't link different worlds. I don't know. I've never tried to go through one, like a portal.
Tempting. But yet you've come across a lot of portals, but you don't know if these pictures are portals.
Well, the pictures are kind of like a moment in time of these places. Some of these places are able to be viewed. This tavern's enchanted to be able to see places like that. And the tavern itself sometimes makes these paintings.
Can I view one?
Yeah, for sure. Which one would you like to see?
Which ones are all? I know there's, I think you said, I don't remember how many you said last time. 4? One on each wall? I don't honestly.
Out on the tavern floor, currently there's images of a world where these shoots of some sort of weed or wooden stick that comes out, and there's little lines that come up like every foot or two, and then out the top sprouts like leaves, and it's like a whole like wooded area that are filled with these types of shoots that are coming up out of the ground. And you can see like water is cascading through this very large city, and then there's 2 mountains that are kind of that this city sits in the middle of the valley, and these mountains kind of like tower up into a beautiful blue sky. This is the painting that's closest to you.
I guess that's the one that I just want to try to like see if it actually tells a story or if it's just literally just a painting on the wall.
Make
Perception?
Make a perception check.
You should just run straight at it. Fine.
Platform number 3. And then you stare goats going into the next room.
Perception. 17.
17. So you're trying to ascertain whether these
Like
paintings
actual
are related?
paintings, or if these paintings actually, like, can you go through them,
Are they
or
portals?
are they a portal? Do they tell a story, or are they literally just paintings of life?
You reach out and put your hand on a painting, and you see a little bit of rippling happening as you touch it. Your hand goes through it.
10 times.
Sirocco stands up. Huh. How many people have tried that?
You mean to tell me you knew it did that, but
Yes,
you
he
didn't
bullshitted
want
me
me
right
to
now.
know that it did that?
Make an insight check.
Fuck.
Oh yeah, that's 7.
That's probably worse.
You can tell that
7.
you don't know, but he might have just been playing dumb. It's hard to tell. He's playing tricks with his words a little bit.
Your mind, I don't understand. But okay. So, can I jump through this painting?
Do you stick your head through? Oh, you're
I'm
turning with your hand through, looking back.
Yes, I'm like asking him.
Go
I
ahead.
mean, with my hand like through there, is something happening to it?
Pull it
Do
back,
I-
your hands just
do
fall.
I-
You feel wind on your hand,
You pull it back, something's licking you.
and Equinix gets up from his chair and starts walking towards the painting, and he looks it over. There's different worlds that connect here, but be careful, because every world's a new one. Time might work differently.
But, okay, so as we were walking and we randomly said, I want to go here, and a random door appeared.
That's probably...
Can I do the same if I were to go through this picture?
You're trying to request a place to go through if you go through the painting. You're trying to request something of the painting.
Right, if I were to jump through this painting, because look at my hand, no longer here. If I were to go in this painting, could I say, I want to go back to the tavern and bring me to the same place?
I don't think so. This leads to another world. You would have to have a way back. You would have to find another way from that world back to...
So as I try to pull my hand, is like half my hand like gone?
No.
Am I trying-
Your hand returns to you.
Just
Wait.
imagine there's like floating hand wherever this is, and there's some animal over there
It's
losing
like,
its shit.
Or some kid.
Mommy, this happened.
Thanks for the knowledge. I think I'll sort for
As she's
90s.
waving her hand, she's smacking somebody with her sides. Somebody's just looking at this penny like, what the hell's this hand? What the fuck?
Sirocco says, well, I don't know. Maybe one day when we get enough magic materials, we can be better at how we get to and from places from here. But for now, it would be best if people couldn't just jump in from another world to here. We're okay with them just coming in from the city.
I mean, is anything wrong with my hand?
Make a medicine check. No, nothing's wrong with you.
Damn, something's
All your bones
I
are
was
gone.
saying, you said you had to have a way to come back, so I'm like, fuck, my hand's stuck on that other side.
though,
It's like,
Uh-oh.
You done goofed.
Gave him an opportunity for chaos you shouldn't have done.
no, I want to
You
know if
asked
my
for something
hand
judged
is
through the
still
fucking picture?
attached to my arm or
make
not.
a religion check.
Religion? What does religion have to do
Religion?
with
What the fuck is going on?
We are in the south.
It's
15.
completely.
Something does feel wrong. When you put your hand through and you pull it back, you imagine that there's something on the other side that is hindering necrotic energy of some sort. You don't know what it has to do with. You feel like something about the cycle of life and death as you reach your hand through has been disrupted. You think this is what you glean from it. That is what you glean from it.
Weird.
Your hand is fine. Is that what you say out loud?
Yes, that's literally what I do. Wait.
What Equinix? He looks at the painting. What's weird?
It doesn't feel right. Like it feels like a part of me, but yet not a part of me.
Good.
Wait about yourself.
Glad she gave you permission, sir.
Wait about yourself.
Equinix sits down. Okay. Takes a drink. Yeah. Well, I don't think you two answered me though. Where are you from?
Fucking nowhere.
I came from outside a small place called Waiting Gate. It's not right down there.
Whitting Gate?
Yeah, it's a small village. It's the sort of place that you pass through and don't remember about. And we live further out from there, so.
We know something about that, don't we? Sirocco and Equinix. Or Sirocco says to Equinix. What world is that?
Earth, motherfucker.
Are y'all from the Spethra realm? The answer is yes.
Yes.
I don't know.
What is realm?
What's the word again?
Spethra realm. It's, you would know it. Make a history.
14.
World of Magic. Is what you know it as. The word means. So that he would have. So he asked, "Is it the Spethra realm?"
Yes, it is.
Okay. Cool. Gamalov's from the Spethra realm. I don't know if y'all met him before, other than the game.
Just from the game.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't mean to take up all y'all's time. It's been a pleasure drinking with y'all. And he finishes up his drink, and him and Equinix get up. And
Thank you again.
no problem. Is there anything I can do? You're finding your accommodations here great? Okay. And they get up, and they go up to the bartender, and they start a conversation with Zench. The three of them seem to laugh boisterously, sharing some story of a time long ago.
Finish that bottle. Fucker, and that's where I was from. Gets up and goes to his room.
Oh shit!
Too late now. Too late now.
Oh man, that's me as the DM.
No, it still happens.
Hey, Sirocco looks over his shoulder. It's like, wait a second, I forgot something.
Smashes the bottle,
man.
fucking runs
He
upstairs
would
like
have
a
asked
child.
you though.
Pretty much.
Before he got up, he would have asked you. Kai, was it? You were the one who slunk out of here, out of the room. Slunk. Slipped out of the room very quickly. Is everything okay?
So that bottle I smashed, since we're going back in time,
Yeah.
right? I'm like,
Real quick.
You're
drink
wrong.
her drink. Just
You're
As you drink your drink,
How do you know
You
I wasn't
taste-
drinking it?
you
all?
tasted
don't need
straight
it.
water.
straight water out of her stuff,
Out
out
of
of your
yours.
stuff.
out of my stuff.
Out of yours.
The one I was just finishing.
Yeah. The rest of that whole bottle just tastes like water.
H2O.
Anyway,
As you take the other one, it hits you like you just now realize it.
what was the question?
Are you okay?
Sirocco says, so where are you from?
Well, he starts chugging the next one.
Jeez.
You got me to sick water?
It will now.
Are you doing it out in the open?
Like, what is it? I think it's VNS, so whatever that is.
Visual and somatic. So that
Yeah.
means you have to do a. Ooh, tastes like water shit.
I'll do it under the table.
What the fuck are you doing?
Um,
Oh, you're doing
he
it
said
under,
he did it.
under the table.
Make
Okay.
a sleight of hand.
Oh, can you do it again?
Probably not.
Oh, fucked.
Probably not. 6.
So you see as Rand's hand goes.
Just under. I just go.
And as he does, there's a little like a bubbling that comes from your drink.
What the fuck you doing to my drink?
Nothing.
Deception. I'm just kidding.
No!
I sniff it. Is there anything wrong with it?
Yes.
It only tastes.
Oh.
It still smells like alcohol.
Oh.
Tastes like water.
Quit fucking around. I literally toss it. Like, I don't care if it hits a patron or anything. I toss it.
Mage hand trying tactic.
Oh, Jesus.
So your mage hand reaches out and like catches it and brings it back to the table.
Thanks.
Don't waste drinks. I'll drink that one.
It tastes like fucking water. It's wasted. Slide it down.
Just because it tastes like water doesn't mean that it's actually
I just made you
like
the
water.
ultimate dangerous cocktail.
You kind of did.
I'm thinking it's
It's like
thing
water
now.
but potency of alcohol.
Oh my god. Boy.
Delicious.
We're gonna have to be wheeling them out.
Come
Alright.
from a place called Eudora. Sparkling oceans, beautiful seas,
Did you say sparkling oceans?
oceans.
Sparkling lotions. Oh, look how
Jesus
glittery I am!
Well, don't you have a boat?
You'd be able to tell if
Wow.
brew.
So, are you a pirate? And Equinix says, he just looks at Sirocco like,
He's a butt
really?
pirate horror.
I mean, I'm literally have like necklaces and like earrings and shit. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I just stare at them.
I'm just messing with you, man.
I would say so. Yeah.
Great. That's cool. I've always wanted to be a pirate.
You're not the first.
You should see his ship.
Yeah? Is it, you have a ship?
It's right.
He's not a very good pirate.
He is not a virgin.
How
Hey, I don't know.
much
I
is this actually happening?
I don't know what went on there. I just know that we were there to see your ship. I didn't know there was nothing illegal going on.
You have a ship in the city.
Oh, shit. Hey, bud.
At this point, is her hand in the picture?
No, my hand's already put out and unflicked it.
As I'm receiving daggers, it used to be.
It used to be what?
He sold it.
Oh. Make a deception check.
I didn't sell it. It crash landed
Oh, shit.
in this fucking city.
Are you okay? Were you okay?
They're goblins.
Well, how did it happen?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, that's okay. Is there anything I can do to help, man? I'm sorry to hear that. A ship costs a lot of money.
I mean, if you want to replace the damn thing, I'm not going to be against it.
See, I just got you a boat.
And then I pull out of my sleeve and I hand it to him, and it's schematics for a small skiff.
Any small skip.
Yeah, like as in like an 8-person thing.
You know,
I actually had one
okay.
done, but I just didn't think I'd need it yet.
Oh, God.
You're welcome.
He looks at you and he looks over. Well, he looks over the schematics, and he's like, "Wow, this is very good drawing." And Equinix snatches it out of his hand and looks at it, and is like, "You know, there's actually, I think, someone in town who could make this for you. Or are you looking for someone to make something for you?"
Tell you what, why don't you just write the name and location down on the back of that there sheet?
Okay. And he does, and takes a moment, and he writes it down, and he slips it back to you, and it reads, "Boy, I wish I knew what page I put this on." There it is, okay. Stand by.
Standing by.
Fry the hole.
Okay.
Cute.
If you go down to
Jesus Christ.
the Starslick docks, there is a man by
Star slick, start smack, sparkling lotion.
Chuzo.
Chuzo?
Chuzo.
There's Starside Docks.
What district?
Down here.
District 3.
Back to hell you go.
I don't know how much it'll cost, but I do know that if you're looking for someone talented, I've heard that people have had great success with him. Equinix says to you.
Fair enough.
Does it deal with goblins?
We may or may not have overstayed our welcome in District 3.
Goblins.
Sirocco, he looks.
What happened?
He's thinking, wait a minute.
You weren't there.
Did you crash land? I don't know, a week or two ago?
Something like that.
No, that was his friend Randall.
You don't even know that.
Oh,
You weren't there.
that's right.
He's
yeah.
the only one that would know about
I
Randall.
thought you just mentioned it during our fight.
No.
Nope.
That
No,
was
I
before.
wouldn't know about Randall. Because that happened after you got back out.
I'm eating back
You
my
would,
words.
because remember
That
I
was
was
the fake name he gave
I was-
you.
Oh, yeah.
I
You mentioned
disguised
his
self
title wasn't-
last session and was
Yeah.
like, call me
I was
Randall.
trying to.
Randall.
No, but you said Randall tonight. I'm trying to remember
To the
when
goblin.
you to the goblin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm glad you weren't there. You
Because we
wouldn't
were
know that.
there with the goblin, so I was trying to.
If it's something you're interested in, I know he can help you, but I know he does charge. But I know you all just made a little bit of money, so maybe you have enough to afford it.
Ships cost more than that, I would imagine.
But
Yes.
if you're looking to go on any adventures, we can line something up. I can look out at my friends and see if there's anything going on that could help you.
We still have a meeting with your contact and what's the
Celestial Trove, Starla.
Yes, Starla.
That is here.
I understand.
So we
From
can
now.
point
I
at the map.
understand it's still 6 days time from now, but we have 6 days of whatever doing.
Building a ship.
I'm
Easy peasy.
I don't have
Fighting goblins.
I don't have anything going on. Fighting goblins. I mean, sure.
Stomping in the porch.
Okay. Is it something that you want to go and do sometime soon? Maybe I can line something up in 7 days if you'd like to go out and make some more money.
I mean, we have 6 days in the city to do whatever we want. And because we have your contacts, Starla. So, I'm not doing anything.
Fantastic. Well, I will. I'll ask around my friends across the cosmos, and we'll see what jobs line up.
Sure.
Are you looking for something easy, noble, fun? What interests y'all?
Not dying.
Not dying. Okay. You know what? I can go with that. And yeah, Equinix, he looks at Sirocco. It's really strange that Sirocco got up. It's like, I'm gonna get to work on that. And Equinix is still looking at him like, what?
I think if any job description puts in that you won't die during it, you probably shouldn't trust it in the first place.
It's better to
Right,
have it in
you said-
writing.
Gotta read the fine print.
All right. So,
Yeah,
Unless
somebody had a
there's-
conversation about that.
Over some breakfast.
Yeah, over breakfast, and it's a little offensive, but
You got to read the fine print.
I didn't have a choice, damn it.
Fire, mommy, and mommy fire.
as
Kai's left, he has tinkering to do.
yep, it seems like things are winding down in the
Sparkling
tavern. Y'all enjoy a meal that's brought out complimentary, and at some point, the rest of you head up to your rooms. At which point, Equinix, Sirocco, and Zench all begin to get into some big discussion, some arguing, and some laughing while y'all head up the stairs. There seems to be some sort of tight bond that they all have. So y'all make it up to your room. Is there anything you wish to do before you go to bed? Or
Doodle.
turn in. Doodling.
Do I still have my shopping stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
I draw where him and a goblin, except I draw like them struggling on top of the ship
Okay.
and a fire starting underneath the goblin's feet.
My biscuits are burning.
Make a performance check, and then the rest of you.
Just gonna turn.
Is there somewhere that I can be to hear their conversation? You said they were fighting. So is there somewhere where they can't see me but I can hear them?
You choose to stay behind. There's plenty of people in there. Stand by.
26.
26. And it's a fantastic drawing. And the blood work and the gore and like the way you use perspective, it's incredible. Now back to the tavern as you stay behind.
Well, it's not that scene. Jesus.
Okay.
I wasn't there for that.
And Zench, he's like hitting Equinix in the shoulder, like, and I bet you anything that there's a bunch of kids out there that Sirocco doesn't know about. And Sirocco's like, hey, don't tease me like that. It's only been a couple different worlds I've done that in, okay? And the stories that go on
Always
for a
worth
while
it.
like that. They're
Donated,
comical.
donated to sperm banks. Calm down.
The stories you hear of Sirocco are typically ridiculous and like very interesting to listen to. The ones about Equinix are about how he's normally calm and collected in a situation, and many times he saves Sirocco and Equinix's ass by being 5 steps ahead of them and the enemy, and then having backup plans for if things go south. And Zench just being the person who is always reliable and loyal, and stories go on and on. And they're very, very good stories to listen to. I could pull a couple more out my ass, but I'm not. I'm only Tyler Prowant. And after a while, you may choose to go upstairs.
Yeah, I get turned.
All right.
If they're just shooting shit.
Yeah, they're just shooting shit.
Alright.
Like a couple good old boys. What are you doing, Babel?
I was going to play Santa. I was going to deliver gifts.
Okay.
Ooh, gifts.
What's a Santa Claus?
Who do you go up to first?
Gifts.
Where did everyone end up?
I'm back
Tinkering
on
in his
Is-
room.
I'm on back
doodling
on the same couch where I
in
slept
her
last night.
room, just coming in the door as you were finishing up your preparations to do whatever.
I'll go to Beatrice first. Could you come with me for a moment to Gentiana's?
If you have a friend.
Yes.
Like, in her room?
Ah,
Well, I mean, the doorway would work too.
Ah,
She might want to
All you have
have
to do
a
is watch.
conversation in the room, so I mean, you have to ask her.
Sure. Why not?
Oh, you
I'm
can.
not doing anything, but eavesdropping is...
Well, you
Some
can
people
do
call it-
that too here, and then you can talk with it. So I mean, it might not be considered eavesdropping anymore at that point, but still.
Why not? Got time to kill.
All right, I make it over to Gentiana's room.
You knock on the door.
Yes.
I'm naked. Come in.
I was trying to think of something smart to say.
He's just like,
Sometimes
Okay.
a
simple
silent
answers are
pause.
best.
Yes.
She's got her pants halfway on.
I'm just like, yeah.
Her mask is almost there.
Can I talk with you and Beatrix for a moment? Beatrix is here already, so I mean, it's
Yeah.
halfway there.
I'm standing outside.
You open the door, come out. Or do you invite
Not the
them in?
gossip girl right now? Is that what's about to be on?
I mean, I could say it through the door, but I don't know how much you'd want me to actually say these things through a door where everyone else can hear.
And it's kind of awkward standing in this doorway.
You may answer.
And,
It's definitely
it's
sexual.
funny how the vampire
Is
let them in.
isn't it?
I'm a vampire too.
Isn't that crazy though? No weird.
You forgot.
I didn't.
So, Gentiana has donned her evening wear.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. My
To
mind
answer
is
your
on
question,
the
Steven,
wrong
yes.
place.
Tantalizing.
Very
Exquisite.
strappy, lacy, and leathery.
You look very nice.
Like with a shawl on.
Yeah, it's almost like a nightgown,
Gown.
yeah, kind of thing.
Whip.
You
Come
look
in.
fantastic.
And you can see the mask that she normally wears is on the bedside table.
Sex.
So now you can almost see like her whole face, and like she kind of
She has 2 different colored eyes.
yes,
Right?
one is blue and one is crimson. Is there something I can do for you?
I went shopping today and I got you both something. I assume that was really, really well wrapped.
Yes. It is exquisite. It's exquisite wrapping. The whole thing about his presentation is meant to be.
No, his was, but it's there.
Would he be able to smell his?
From the butchers.
It's got a bow on it.
And it's just dripping of liquid.
So I'm not really sure how it works with you. I went to the butchers and got you something.
Can I smell it?
You can smell it as it enters the room.
Oh shit! Do I eat his gift
if
before he gets it?
If you pull it out.
It's still in the bag at this point.
Okay, no, you don't smell it.
Oh. Okay.
So is it the smell or the color? for blood.
What do you mean?
Well, because I have it in the bag, so I mean, I shouldn't unwrap it, or should I just like?
Should have set the bag by the door. You guys like.
The sensation of needing to feed it's when it's coming out of the source. When it is outside the source and on the ground, it doesn't bother me. But if I see like fresh and just oozing, pulsating, that's when I get it.
Okay, so it's good to take it out.
Yes.
Take out the package.
Alright, I'm whipping out my package.
How many, was it 1 jar or 2 jars of?
It is whatever the equivalent of 5 silver was.
Alright, it's
You said 2. I know you did.
2 jars sealed
He
tight
wanted to.
with ribbons on them.
Rewind, go back and watch episode 3. You'll see it's 2 jars.
And it has a recipe attached.
District 3, dog.
When I talked to the guard, I said that it was cow's blood. But when I went up and looked at it actually online, it's supposed to be pig's blood. But I got the recipe, so the butcher would probably know what it was. So which kind of...
You got the appropriate kind
Okay.
to make black pudding.
Okay, these are for you. And also, I found a very, very trusting butcher who apparently doesn't ask a lot of questions when you tell him that you want to buy blood.
Mm. Is that pig?
Mm.
It's not the best. That'll do.
Fucking beggars.
Big head. Did she hand a bug?
Yeah, you got one too.
Oh.
She was handing them at the same time. You got your own. I see the way you're looking at mine.
Did it come with a bendy straw?
I make my own bendy.
Are you eating this now or saving it for later?
Why does it matter to you?
Just curious, not to
Worry
be
about
so
yourself.
uptight. No, you worry about yourself.
I will probably have some now, yes. If you are curious.
Oh, okay.
In my mind, they're holding like beating hearts right now.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Probably would have ate it already.
So then she just kind of like stuffs it in her armor. And I'm just staring to make sure like nothing happens.
Hey, I have done nothing to you.
No, you haven't done anything to me, but you didn't make it. The butcher made it.
It's seasoned with fresh garlic powder.
Technically, the pig
Yeah,
did it,
right?
So.
You're right. You're right.
It's
How does it taste?
bloody.
Oh, delicious.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
To a vampire, it's like
It's
like a bottom shelf liquor.
it's like well
When
drinks.
It's
you're
like
looking
drinking
towards like
Bud Light.
it's like drinking Bud
It's
Light.
like Natty Light at a high school party. That's what it's like.
Oh, dude.
But you're in college
Oh.
and somebody brought a case of Natty Light. It's disappointing.
That's what
yet
we
it's
drank in
weird.
college.
Yeah, because
Because we were fucking broke.
it's like Natty Light, but you're like disappointed at the quality, but you're like, fuck it, it's here.
So
That was my party. It's all right. I know what you're talking. I got it. I'm there.
My college experience was very different.
I was fucked up a lot in college. A lot.
Anywho.
I told him it was for black pudding, so you should be cool on that regard, and I will leave you to it.
long has it been out of the souls?
Did I see him actually?
It's been less than a few hours.
Only a few hours.
It's probably cold then.
Yeah.
It's probably has it started to like
Coagulate.
yet?
In the jar.
God.
Technically, blood
A bit.
coagulates in like 2 minutes.
What?
She was being
Literal?
medical
In
mind
the
over there.
nurse world, it coagulates.
Well, I'm
you
saying
simple person.
it has a bit, but there's still some sloshing in there.
A little sausage.
We should probably consume that rather soon. And I shake the jar and it's like almost jelly.
I'm glad I'm in Copia County.
Papaya.
So I like pull it back out because now like stuff fit in my armor. So I pull it back out and I'm just like, do you need me to go to someone else's room?
Did you just drink the whole thing? You like just shotgun that sucker back?
Smash the glass against her face.
Open up those throat muscles and moves.
Well, it would be really, really funny to see Kai's expression when he opened the door with you there. I think I can do this by myself. Okay.
And I've just got like
Oh,
chocolate.
didn't you threaten the
Chocolate.
fuck out of
I
my
mean
blood?
what was it called? Black pudding. I just have like black pudding.
No,
like,
it's
Well, no, it's
stick it
just-
on
it's
my-
just blood.
It's
It's
literally
blood.
blood.
Yeah.
She hasn't made the black
So
pudding.
I just have blood like as I'm asking her that. I just have like.
But there's a recipe that's attached to the jar that as you finish it, you probably see like add these things, and that's what makes
Oh,
black
and I'm
pudding.
like, I don't fucking cook.
Yeah.
But as I'm asking her that, yeah, I just have it all over my face.
You got a little. Never mind. Mostly, yeah. It looks
Give
good.
a mirror.
No,
One
I
that's
don't.
not.
I got pieces of one.
And is there like a piece on the ground that I can pick up and just look?
Sure.
Okay. I pick up and I look and I'm like, and then I go about my day.
Okay.
I guess I go back to my room because I'm like
If
sitting in
that's-
this.
Sure, if that's what you'd like.
Her room. Her room.
She's- Okay. Well, the gesture is appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, Babel. Sorry.
So, for
Invite, doorway, pudding, so confused. I'm going to bed.
It sounds like a smart idea, yes. And good night.
Heavy ass deadbolt. Jesus.
Shoot down, shoot go. I knock on Kai's door.
All right.
Not
What do you do when you hear a
a lot of
loud knock at
screwing.
your door?
I immediately see like this metallic leg just through the bottom of the door. I said I would answer the door. And then I look through the hole. I can see it's Babel's shoes. So I'm just like, yes.
I got something for you. You can wash my hands the whole time. So,
Ooh.
here. And I push the bag over bed. It's the one on the top.
And I take out like a little lens from my Tinker kit, and I want to check to see if it's trapped.
It's the fancy bag.
I'm just kidding.
I was no, you can do that, but I was gonna say if there's no chance of it being trapped, there's no need
No,
to
it
check.
was-
But you can certainly. Be
he's definitely gonna be suspicious
suspiciously
as fuck
eyeing
right
it.
now. Because like the door's like this far.
Mhm.
I reach in and concho, right? Huh.
It's wrapped, so.
So you don't know what it is. Dusty does, but not Kai.
Huh. I can use this. Appreciate it. I'm gonna shut the door.
Make a nature check. Oh, what were you gonna say?
Have you actually slammed the door in my face?
I started to.
I stick my foot in.
You what?
She stuck her foot in. Yes.
It's supposed to be from a place called Joita, and it's place that used to have water and doesn't have it anymore. So maybe it remembers too.
Very interesting. Thank you.
It wasn't gonna eat your baby, you know.
Right. And then there's like something tugging at my leg. Anything else?
No. Have a nice night.
You sure. I shut the door. You're about to remember what water feels like. And I put it in the corner. I've been needing this. And I urinate in it.
Oh my god.
And as soon as I'm done, without breaking a sweat, without breaking any instance, I immediately go back to tinkering.
Did I hear him piss?
Make a perception check.
That's the first instance I've ever had a D&D ever of anyone referencing on to the matter.
Like that?
That's
13.
I've been holding it in for a while, so
it's a healthy. I can hear the stream, and I'm like,
you're sketching it, damn it.
Good job, buddy.
You hear his words specifically, you're gonna remember what water feels like again. And then you hear the sound of water.
You're like, wow, that show's really working. That's magic.
You don't know if it's piss. But that's what
You can't talk to the ocean with it.
You gonna put it up to her? Oh, it's like real water.
Why is it so hot?
Well, the ocean's
It's
It
really
smells of
All right.
ammonia.
Babble, I think you had one more to go.
Yeah,
I'm so great. I'm so having so much.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
That will remember this.
Like the tall tale games. Yeah.
Oh god. And
I take
just a
it.
doodling. Doodle bob.
Wobble.
Thanks, Zare.
Alright. Zarin has just finished this amazing drawing of this goblin. The whole fight, right?
No, it's just
Oh, just
it's just them two like getting like
It was before the fight.
yeah. It was
Oh,
whenever I was. It was
You just saw
right
this
before he
briefly
went
over
down.
your shoulder,
It was
very
right
far away.
before he went down into the compartment.
Yeah, okay.
This is when he was
Because after
sending-
that,
he was
after
sending
that, I
fire
saw him
under the sea.
disappear. He wasn't coming back, and I was like, oh, I gotta see. What's that over there? I saw the beasts of whatever. It just started wandering around.
Okay, Babel.
Was that what happened before we got there?
Oh, yes. It was, I don't know what happened after, but it seemed fine. They talked, and they disappeared. The goblin was up top, and I found it, like, I saw a big thing. I got yelled at by a lot of people to get out of the way, so I kept walking. And then I heard an explosion, and then I ran, and then I got distracted by shiny things.
Were they nice shiny things?
No, they were protected by this giant monster, and he was very rude, so I left.
Well, I am glad
Fucking
that
great.
someone here has common sense. Unlike some people.
Common sense, what's that?
Hey, I'm stupid, but I ain't dumb, sir.
Can't expand it, but you can jam it.
I put down the dictionary.
The children's
Picture
with
books.
drawings.
I
Yeah,
figured
picture
this
book.
would be a good way to hide it.
Lebowski. Let me open it up. Like big letters.
Yes.
Oh god. Dude,
Perfect.
you bought me a
Absolutely
used
perfect.
book.
It's what Puff called you.
What?
It's what Puff called you.
In episode 1.
Oh.
There's a deep cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going way back. Going almost a month and a half.
He's crying.
I am. I'm teared up. It was funny. So I'm just gonna start flipping through the thing. What is it?
Oh god.
It's a dictionary. I figured that the words in this are common enough that it'd be weird if you didn't know them. And since it's pictures, you could hide the fact that you didn't know them and that you were just like doing it for ideas for drawing.
I immediately go to the word chicken.
In there, you see on one page there is like a chicken with feathers, and it's like it's like laying an egg, and there's like another one with like its big like fin or whatever they call that thing that hangs up cone. It's like, and then on the other page though is like a darker looking chicken, like it has like this really disgusting looking gaping hole of a mouth, and it's like featherless, and instead of like having normal claws, it's got like little talons that come off. And it says abyssal chicken.
Yeah. The one with the book. We'll know exactly what the abyssal chicken is.
Oh, man.
Well, I guess I don't have a facial expression. So I'm just going to flip and
Your
I'm
color
going to
might
keep flipping.
change.
I'm like,
To pink.
chicken. So that's what a chicken is. They look very weird.
Oops.
No, I passed those up to get to the pie.
It's a children's book, okay, guys?
Very interesting.
Oh, shit.
I'll have to read it from cover to cover.
Have a good night then.
He's still.
I just stay up reading that thing late as fuck. Just the entire dictionary.
Okay. You sit down to spend the rest of the night writing letters. So, in everybody's room, everybody has their sheets changed. Your room was kind of left the same where your hammock was. They freshened up as much as they could. It just smells nice.
The maid opened the door and was
Did
like,
they fix the
fuck!
bed?
No.
Did they what now?
Did they fix the bed?
No.
Duct tape
The
together.
bed's already been used.
So, but that's where we will end tonight's session. However, what I would like each of you to consider for the next week, your character has a week of downtime. So in Xanthar's guide, there's actually some examples of what your character might do in this next week. So when you come, we'll just do a quick, brief what you did throughout waiting to go, and we'll pick up at Starla's when you go to leave for Starla's for the Celestial Trove.
Wait, that's gonna. Are we meeting next? Well, we can't meet next week.
Right. So for
Session's
us,
gonna.
yes.
Oh, God.
So for
Oh,
y'all,
God.
the next episode
Oh,
is
fuck.
the live show.
Oh God, I'm not ready.
So I'm excited and ready. So I
Fuck,
hope
I'm not
you
ready.
all are. In preparation for this, though, if you could please do your best to share this, message it to friends you think might enjoy it. We will love to have you a part of this adventure with us. It's been such an amazing, fun ride for me, seeing what's happened in just this session tonight and the previous sessions. And y'all been so amazing online with your comments. We really appreciate it. We're glad that we could see that some of you are enjoying it. We would love to have more people here with us. I think I can speak for all of us as saying that we're having a lot of fun doing this.
3 out of 5.
Oh, man.
As my hand goes.
You can fix that by, in these 6 days of downtime, I'm going to look for a farm so I can buy a chicken.
You know, that's definitely an idea.
It'll bump it up to 4 stars.
Zarin might get into.
5 stars if
With
I can
the
tame
egg.
it.
Oh.
6 stars if it's an abyssal chicken.
There you go.
Then I could tame it.
Cluck, 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 cluck. Wait, what would an abyssal chicken sound like?
Clock! Good night.
I can't wait to work on my abyssal chicken noises.
There you go.
So that's where we're going to end tonight's session. Thank you. Good night, everybody. We love you. Bye.